So I still have yet to make like an intro to myself. So I just like go in and say shit. I'm gonna start intermission here just cause. Can I? No, but everybody can see the chat. That's fine. I'll just put it. No, that's fine. I'll put the chat. Nah, I don't know where to put the chat because I don't have the chat on screen anymore.
No?
No,
Why not?
I should, huh? Because
Why not?
it got in the way a lot of the times, not all the time, but just some of the times. So I'm just gonna have it there on the side. So oh no, see it disappears when I hide Discord. It's okay. Let me see. I can fix that. I think. Yeah, hold on. Can you see the screen though now that I'm actually live and doing this?
What do you mean?
Can you still see my on Discord? Can you still see my
Oh, your
desktop?
screen, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I can chat. Use chat. Pop out. Let's pop out. Okay, I popped it out, but I'm wondering if I close. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. No, it's there. Alright, I'm not gonna take. Yeah, that's fine. No, I'll have it take half the screen. Like it'll be there.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's make it so that I can still see it while it's. Oh shit. Yo, my nephew, what is good? Welcome.
What's up?
Can let me know anybody that's here. Can you hear him? Can you hear me just fine? I know the music's got to go a little lower, not too low,
Yeah.
but all right. Oh shit! I should intro this. I don't know how I should intro this.
I don't know.
And neither do I. Okay, so for my nephew, I don't know if he wants to hear this or not. It's all about the ghost hunting and stuff. So I actually found what's really cool is actual newspaper article on it, on the actual thing.
Yeah, but also you gotta pay for it though.
Huh?
Just you
No.
gotta pay for it. Cause it's subscribe there on the button.
Oh yeah, no, but you can read it down here. Here's the whole article on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I really put my time into it, I can actually go ahead and look up the actual thing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the intro now. Welcome everybody to Deadlands channel. Today we're gonna be talking about a few things, um, mostly paranormal stuff because we love the scary stuff. And I just finished watching The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, and it kind of got me curious on can you get away with it nowadays, pleading not guilty of either demonic possession or devil made you do it, whatever the case is. The question
That's
is,
would be no.
huh?
For me, the obvious answer would be no.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have my brother here with me, Mike. He's here talking. He says no. I agree that no, but there's a certain degree that they might call it. You can plead not guilty, but they can charge you for being not guilty under insanity, like an insanity plea.
Yeah, you could do an insanity plea, but you won't. On paper, it won't say, "Yeah, the fucking devil made him fucking do this shit."
Or of a demonic possession. We all know and agree that, at least are we in agreement that it is cases where, you know, we both agree that the paranormal exists. Yes.
Of course.
And you yourself, you've had actual paranormal encounter. Yes.
Yes, made pretty much like a minor investigation in my house, and a long time ago, pretty much an actual seance over there, and with my family in Honduras as well.
Wait, no way. Are you serious? I'd never heard of this.
Wait, I didn't tell you, bro.
No, you never mentioned no seance or anything to me. What?
Yeah, we did like a seance. I forgot for what it was. And pretty much it was kind of fucking weird for the first ever seance I've ever been to.
No shit. I would have been
Uh,
extremely freaked out myself.
yeah, like pretty much I was pretty skeptical and shit, so I started prodding around and everything, making like remarks and everything, and try to see what I could get out of it. Because believe it or not, that entity was actually using my own mother to communicate with us.
Oh, shit. I did not know that at all.
Yeah, I mean I don't know for sure uh who it was, but they called themselves Santa Maria.
What?
But yeah,
That is a
and
very, very intriguing. I've never actually heard that before.
yeah, and pretty much TLDR. Uh, the thing I most remember more because it was like a long time ago. I was like
Yeah.
15, 14. I'm like fucking like 26 already, 27.
You're right.
Uh, pretty much it was quite a long time ago. But pretty much what I remember was the quote unquote Santa Maria saying that uh God is mad at the world and he pretty much abandoned us.
Really now?
Yeah.
Huh.
And after all that, pretty much somebody else came into the picture, a black lady of all people, she said she was, and she was helping my mom get back to her own body, so she took over her body to make sure she doesn't die.
Oh, so it was more of like a guide back to her.
Well, yeah, basically helping my mom stay alive so she get back to her own body. Was
Yeah.
this
Okay.
black lady? I forgot her name. Uh, I think it was Rosa or something like that. Um, but yeah, um, and the way I kind of figured that it wasn't my mom talking and everything is that I like my sister was crying during that part, and she was legit
Okay.
crying, and like the quote unquote spirit of Santa Maria trying to uh console her. Then pretty much I started fake crying, and she found out right away I was fake crying, and
Oh shit.
and I know my mom uh she would like she wouldn't say anything like that at all to
Oh
me.
well shit.
It's like oh pretty much she says like oh I know you're like I don't know why the hell you're crying you're like in Spanish it's like los lágrimas del lobo
Oh,
the
so Tears of a
tears of
Wolf.
yeah pretty much sheep and wolf clothing type of deal
Yeah.
and everything like that. And my mom never speaks like that, so
No, she doesn't, and I know her well. That is very strange. Huh.
yeah.
So it could have been something worse than what they claim to be then.
Again, I really wouldn't know to be completely honest.
Okay. Yeah, see, I've never
Oh
done a seance before, and I would never. Okay, I would say I would never, but I wouldn't actually, like, I personally wouldn't want to do something like that just because I know what can come from that. Um, just like the Ouija board. I will never, ever touch the Ouija board just because shit is terrifying. I've heard a lot of stories. I've never met a person in person physically that's ever done something with one that's had negative effect on them or that's ever done them. Like I don't personally know anybody that's done it. So, but just I watch way too much horror movies. So I know a lot of things that happen there. And I
yeah,
believe in it.
no, yeah,
And so this kind and before we continue, I'm gonna put a disclaimer in the beginning of the video if you're watching it on YouTube afterwards, or if you're watching it live right now. Huge disclaimer: if you haven't seen The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, I suggest If you don't like spoilers, don't watch this. Watch the movie first, then come and do this. We are gonna dab a little bit onto it because the movie's based off of the first ever case of a convicted person to ever put the way they describe it is putting the devil on trial. So this is the first person to ever put the devil on trial because you know,
In modern
God.
times, because obviously they have probably done this
Yeah.
a long
It
time ago.
well,
And
this
but
was in their time in our American history that's been recorded of the time.
yeah,
This is the first ever case recorded that in the US that has been put that because in the movie they also say that, oh, we always put God on trial because you know when a victim, not a victim, a witness goes up to the podium and he said, they
swear
say,
be on the Bible, pretty
yeah,
much.
swear to God that you're gonna tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So you're basically, it's like, oh shit, you know, you're gonna lie either way, but it's putting God on trial. Technically, is what they call it. And I've actually seen a movie called The Case for Christ, where they actually put God on trial, and this atheist guy that did not believe in God for whatever reason, like he would laugh at his wife. He would come home drunk and get jealous at his wife because his wife was going to church and believed in God and stuff. And it was a really cool movie. I liked it. It became a book and everything. Um, there was a guy that came, and what made it more of a believable is that they actually had a guy at the podium who used to be uh atheist as well and was a forensic scientist who studied death and all that stuff, you know, and how people died. Or a detective. My wife probably knows, but I won't bother her. She hasn't been feeling good. But he himself basically said, well, there's proof, you know, that God did exist and so on and so on. And so it's interesting to see how that case kind of with this is where they're putting the devil on trial now. So this guy Arnie Johnson is the guy's name. He um here, let me pull up my notes real quick. I got notes. I prepared. Um so Johnson actually, so Arnie Johnson never actually claimed, he himself never claimed that an evil spirit forced his hand, only that he didn't remember plunging a knife 5 times into his landlord Alan Bono. So in reality, when he pleaded or the not him but the jury pleaded not guilty because of demonic possession, um, technically he never mentioned it. But we got to go back to kind of what started this. Um, the whole reason for this jury thing to actually ever happen was because that so I'll tell you a little story on here. Um, Another thing, this event happened within a family, and Arnie Johnson was the boyfriend of somebody in this family that was going through this. So in 1980, so I'm gonna read a little bit on it. So in 1980, the Gletzel family went up to clean up a rental that they had just gotten. They had an 11-year-old boy named David Gletzel, who he says saw a spirit of an angry old man. The spirit, and then the spirit physically pushed him. And when David's parents became very angry, saying he made up the old man to get out of chores, David informed his family that the spirit told him if the Gletzel's family ever moved into the property, the spirit vowed to hurt them. Now, if anybody here that is watching believes in the paranormal and actually ever witnessed a ghost or something, it could be pretty terrifying. And um, you know how they say that little kids never lie? Well, it's true to a certain
Bullshit.
point. It's true to a certain point. Um, but what kid would I mean? How would he be able to describe? Because he described this old man, to a good T. So my question is, if this kid was making this up, how could he describe what he saw? I mean, back then TV wasn't a big thing. You know what I mean? It's the 1980s. TV was still black and white. No horror movies were probably out at the time.
No, I mean there has been horror movies, dude, but
Yeah,
never
Dracula.
fucking no, dude. Come on, Dracula's the older than that. Dracula's
That's the
from the like
oldest.
1960s.
Yeah.
But in the 80s, there were TV. Everybody had TV, and there were scary movies back then in the 80s.
Yeah, but the way this kid
Yeah.
described, so the family eventually moved into the rental property, despite what the kid was saying, or whatever. Well, again, parents tend to not really listen to the kid. So he described, so here I'll continue. David kind of described his encounter seeing the old man. He saying sometime as a demonic beast who spoke Latin. The Gletzel family soon observed David acting strangely. The 11-year-old would begin to have seizures, experience bizarre injuries. Now, hold on. Before you stop me, I know you were going to say something because I said seizures, mental issue. Well, hold on. It wasn't just that. The kid was having bizarre injuries. Bizarre injuries, I didn't look exactly, but I mean, any kid gets injured, right? 11-year-old, you're running around, you're gonna have your injuries. But they were saying it was more than just regular scratches and so on, or bruises. And another thing is that he would growl and hiss and then talk about passages from the Bible and John Milton Paradise Lost. I don't know what Paradise Lost is. I didn't look into that, but for an 11-year-old kid to talk about the passages from the Bible, I mean, with what I've read, there was never any proof that the parents were religious. Oh, excuse me, I drank too water too quick. There was no indication that the parents were religious. So I mean, it could be the kid probably read it or heard it somewhere on TV because TV was a thing, but again, not as big. It was just up
Again,
and coming.
it was not up and coming, dude. It's been a thing forever.
It was becoming
Uh,
more and more. The TV came out when?
uh,
In 1950 something? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
it was the first television was made in September 7th, 1927, dude.
Yeah, I
You're
just saw
talking a
that.
good 40 years
Alright, go 40
since that.
years.
Everybody had
TV in there,
basically
yeah.
TVs, and also I searched up a list of horror movies from the 80s, and there
Okay.
was literally all the famous ones. The original Child's Play, the original Evil Dead,
Yeah, but are we
and the original
talking?
Predator.
Yeah, but are we talking? Yeah, but those okay. The original Predator, those don't have anything. What's the other list? Hold on. What else is on the list? Because
Unholy, Puppet Master,
oh,
Hellraiser,
The Exorcist came out in 1970 something, I think actually.
Poltergeist as well.
Hold on. When did it? Which one?
Poltergeist, The Shining,
Oh, the
having to do
Polter.
with a lot
But
of
there was no
demonic
shadow.
possession and stuff.
That is true. There was demonic possession in that, but there was no um there was no like demon possess. Well, there's possession, but what I'm trying to say is, how can this kid explain what he saw? I mean, being that there was TV and stuff, but with how he saw this old man. So he described the old man, the family. Okay, so here we go. Judy Gletzel described her son's tormentor as a man with big black eyes, a thin face, and with animal features and jagged teeth, pointed ears, horns, and hooves. By that list of movies that you gave me, not a single one of them depicted anything of that sort.
I mean, again, they don't have to be movies per se.
No,
because
but
pretty much that depiction right there is pretty much the depiction of
any
what like pretty much if you go to church or anything like that, that's pretty much the description of the devil
Yes,
in a nutshell. So
but
pretty much that's
again,
common knowledge then.
yeah, but
It's
again, they
not.
don't seem to be the type to go to church.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's like it's even though you won't go to church, everybody will say, like
I
pretty much
but
that's the description of the devil.
let's just say, for the sake
Uh,
of this argument, is he didn't see it anywhere, he didn't hear it anywhere. He's actually seeing this old man, because it was even before they moved into the house. That David informed his family that the spirit told him that if they ever moved into the property, the spirit vowed to hurt them. For argument's sake, let's say it's legit, which there are cases that have happened with exorcism and stuff like that. There's legit cases that date back way back, right? But so for argument's sake, he did see this. Um, the
I'm,
parents,
I'm, I'm, I'm
huh?
gonna say allegedly. You should never say for sure. Just say allegedly
Okay,
because it's
allegedly.
not
Okay, allegedly. Yeah. Since we weren't there and we couldn't however, in the
verified.
making of this movie, both his sister, which we'll get into, David's sister, and Arnie Johnson, who was actually had part in making the movie, which is really cool. Um and the dude only ever served 5 years in prison. I know I'm jumping the gun here. Only served 5 years in prison, so. But if anybody knows or has dug deeper into this, let me know in the comments below if you're watching this again on YouTube afterwards, or if you're live, go ahead and just put your 2 cents in this. Because it's interesting, that back then there wasn't much going. So the Catholic Church and exorcism were more of a joke to some people than what it is now, because there wasn't as much proof or evidence to it.
No,
Um,
I say actually it's the opposite. More people were more religious back then than they are now. To
yeah,
be completely honest,
yeah,
to
but
to be honest, it's more. It's actually more common now being atheist than it is back then.
okay, I will agree with that. Back then, it was a lot more of
Religion
a
was pretty much
religion.
everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So in this case, after the family witnessed their son, so this all started with David Gletzel. Once the family saw that, they called the Catholic Church. They asked for an exorcism to be performed on the boy. The Catholic Church declined to intervene, and the Gletzel family had finally called Ed and Lorraine Warren. They lived in Connecticut at the time too. So I did read up on a small article before doing all this on their daughter. Somebody interviewed the daughter and asked her what story would she like seeing turned into, like, something they experienced, because the daughter experienced this. Um, by the way, there's a lot of controversy on Ed and Lorraine Warren, just a bunch, but a lot of people support them. But back then, a lot of people thought they were faking nutbag, basically. Um, because
Obviously,
again,
trying to get away from murder.
yeah. Well, no, back then they just thought that anybody that wasn't part of the church. So Ed called himself a self-proclaimed demonologist. Let's just start off with that. And Lorraine was a psychic. She could apparently see things that other people couldn't, and do things that other people couldn't. And I believe in I myself am very religious, you know that. And I believe that there are people that can do that to a certain extent. Um, but again, in this, back in the day, like you were saying, religion was everything. So somebody that was a self-proclaimed demonologist, and stuff like that, or even a psychic, was nonsense. However, the Catholic Church itself actually respected Ed, being that he is a self-proclaimed demonologist, and Lorraine being the psychic, which was very interesting. Because, like I said, that article, their daughter explained that a lot of people thought they were doing it for popularity, or just to get attention or the money. But she was saying that if the people that say that would have actually lived how, Ed and Lorraine Warren lived, because they passed away now, that they wouldn't be saying that. So it's pretty interesting. That's a little note on that. um
To get my 2 cents on that, well, obviously, you're religious. I'm not,
I'm hella, yeah,
pretty
you know
much.
how I am.
Yeah, but for me, I'm not religious. I'm pretty much, I myself proclaim atheist.
Yep.
But I do believe in the paranormal because I personally have
Oh
witnessed a whole
yeah,
bunch of
we
shit.
have both.
Uh,
Okay, so religion and all that set aside, we both have personally. I swear I can talk. We both have personally had our own experience in the paranormal, whether you seeing the ghost or experience a seance, or me seeing activity in my own house and stuff like that.
yeah,
So
and for me, possession
yeah,
and yeah,
so we're real believers, and this is good, being that I'm the very religious one. God is everything and stuff like that, and you're the non-religious. So it's good having this little 2 cents.
dichotomy.
Yeah. So all right. So what were your 2 cents on that you were saying?
That, I mean, pretty much anybody can make the argument with saying like, oh, you need to experience things in my shoes to uh to know exactly what I mean, like in quotes of being like a demonologist and a spiritualist or whatever.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's like physically no way possible because everybody's built completely fucking different.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
and again, people mostly do that shit for the fucking money and everything like that and fame. So I don't know. I
We
I
again,
personally wouldn't trust them again.
we would have had to been there or at least met them to
Yeah.
um but considering that they had the actual Annabelle doll, which by the way is hidden somewhere supposedly in a
You know,
discreet
at the
location.
no, Annabelle doll is actually in a museum in Las Vegas.
Probably Zach Bagans from the
Mm,
Ghost Adventures. I think he does.
I,
No, he does.
no, it's not his actually. Somebody else's.
No,
Yeah,
but
I
I
think he's.
think he has it in his museum.
No, but actually, that museum belongs to somebody else.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. No, oh, no, but
he just helps out getting like different artifacts. For that museum.
I thought he bought the museum.
No, no, I recently saw it. Like it was actually on the news.
Oh, really?
It was owned by old guy. I forget his name.
Oh.
Yeah, because apparently there was like a weird Amber Alert saying that the Annabelle doll is out loose. It's a
Oh,
real true story. You can actually look it up
I
online
actually
right now.
no, I actually read that. That's part of the article. Remember, I just said I read an article on Lorraine's daughter. She said that what that happened was, it was a misinterpretation from China, I think it was, because somebody took a picture of her in France and then somewhere else. I actually just read an article on that because I accidentally looked up, because I was gonna look up a little more. People interviewed their daughter. She was born in 1950, so obviously she's still alive. Um, and they asked her about it, and she goes, "No, it's safe in a museum. It's in a hidden location where nobody knows." Because of that somebody did say, oh, Annabelle is out loose, but in fact she is not. She is in a safe closed location that the news outlet yet does not know, because of the fact that people would go to the Warren house, and even though there's like cameras, security alarms, No trespassing sign. People still go try to peek in through the window and stuff like that. So Annabelle is actually safe. It's actually a recent article. I can't remember where I just read it too.
It was actually, I believe, before the pandemic, it's like 2019,
No, it
early
was
2019.
2020. The article was 2020 when I read what I read. Um, Let me look it up real quick here. Um, Animal Comes Home. I think it's oh fuck no, it wasn't this one. Where no, where was it? I just read it. I think it was this one. So it was this one was published September 2020. Um, where they ask her, let me close. Why the fuck is this even playing? We're Annabelle. Okay, so to anyone reading, what's important is that Annabelle is safe, and fans shouldn't come looking for her because she is safe somewhere, and that's all that matters. That's right. People who had pictures of her all over the world on a beach in France, and then they had her sitting up next to the Queen. That was a little bit strange. So, it was here. Let me see. There's an actress named Annabelle, and she was being interviewed, and I guess Chinese. So there's an actress named is Annabelle, and she was doing an interview, and I guess the Chinese press or a Chinese newspaper reporter or something mistranslated it, and when they mistranslated it, it came out that Annabelle escaped. That's what my husband found out. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. And boy, did that cause a stir up. And it must have been all over America because the next day we were bombarded on Facebook and on the website about questions about it. Is it true that Annabelle escaped? Then people started to come to the house. And so we have a lot of security around there, and we had a lot of problems there. It's a touchy thing. You're asking me where she is, and I don't want to say that. I don't want people looking for her. Just to be very careful about that. The neighbors there, it's been really hard for them. People have been going, where's the Warren's house, blah 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 blah. So all in all, Annabelle is safe, did not get escape anywhere. It's in a disclosed location. The daughter says that she won't say where it is, obviously for the reason that people are already asking where the Warren house is, just so they can go and take pictures and look. And even if they did find it with the big private property signs and everything there, 5-foot signs, and they're still over the property, we have lights and we have cameras and we have the alarms, they just don't care. So just to clear that article up, yes, she is safe and she is put away somewhere where we don't know, at least for the time being. I did wanted to go visit. I know for a longest time you were able to visit the Warrens Museum while Lorraine was alive. That would have been something neat to do. But yeah, so just to clear that up, she is somewhere, we don't know where. She did not escape. It was a Chinese person that escaped, apparently. Not the Annabelle doll. But so going back, we sidetracked so hard on this. So going back to this, in the movie, the person who played Arnie, not the person who played Arnie Johnson, but when they portrayed Arnie Johnson in the movie, when he killed the landlord, Bruno was the name instead of Bono. Apparently it was just one witness. It was his girlfriend at the time, fiance, and actually currently they're married. So okay, so the Gletzel family, it was Judy the mom, there was the brother, Gerald, the sister Deborah's the one that married Arnie. She was there, she witnessed this event. So again, this is why I like the movie, in part, is that the actual person that lived through this was there. And what I made it out to be is, why would she marry? Okay, let's just put this I'm trying to put it in words is so she married the guy that murdered their landlord, who claimed to be possessed by the devil. Now she witnessed everything that happened to her little brother, um, Deborah. So my to me it makes no sense that if Arnie had ever faked the demonic possession, then why would Deborah marry the guy? I mean, she was there from the very beginning of her brother's demonic possession, to the murder of the landlord, to all the way through the court and the prison sentence. She was there. Some stories say that she actually married him while he was in jail. Some say it was married after he got out. He was supposed to serve a 10 to 20-year sentence, but because of his good behavior, he got out either 5 years, and within his 5 years. So also some articles said 4 years, or some say 5, which is kind of confusing. But to me, tell me, who in the right mind would witness a murder and still marry the guy that did the murder?
I mean, this is nothing new.
It's
I
not
mean,
nothing
there's
new, but what I'm saying is she witnessed her brother being possessed. She witnessed the exorcism that Ed and Lorraine helped do. She witnessed supposedly Arnie being possessed. She witnessed Arnie murder, and it wasn't just her. Here's another thing, another fact about that. Let me find it real quick, because in the movie it shows Arnie, the girlfriend, and the landlord. He killed the landlord because he was seeing the devil, basically, or a demon. But in real life, the witnesses were actually okay. Debbie Gletzels was working in a groom dog area, or a boarding kennel for dogs. That was managed by the 40-year-old man named Alan Bono, who's their landlord. So in February 16, 1981, Debbie's boyfriend, or Deborah's boyfriend, Arnie, called in sick to work and tagged along with Debbie to her job. So on top of the fact, this guy called in for work, he was like, fuck this, I'm gonna skip work and I'm gonna go hang out with my girl. But it wasn't just that. Another person that tagged along was Deborah's sister, Wanda, who was 15, her other sister, Janice, who was 13, and also came to the kennel that day was their cousin Mary, who was 9. So we have not only Deborah, we also have Wanda, Janice, and Mary. Four people that were there who witnessed the murder. Alan bought them all lunch, and here's another thing. Alan apparently was drinking, so in the movie they show him drinking a lot, very hard, heavy drinking. And they were all dancing and happy or whatever, but the dude was drunk. So this is part of what the statement was. Alan bought them lunch, started drinking heavily. Deborah got concerned. Obviously, you got a little 9-year-old, a 15 and a 13-year-old. You're supposed to be in charge of them, She got concerned and started to leave with her family. Then Alan held... excuse me. Jeez, my throat. I've never had to... I've talked this much, but not this much. And that's when Alan held onto Mary, the 9-year-old cousin. Alan held on to her apparently tight, and that's when Arnie started to growl. What's really interesting is I read this all after the movie, and in the movie the dude actually growled. Again, correlation is this, it kept close. There's many critics to this because the movie kept close to the actual article, but at the same time didn't. It was more about the Warrens case than Arnie's case. You'd have to see it, but I doubt you'll ever see it. But if anybody out there that's watching this is gonna see it, well, spoiled, or if you have seen it, again, 2 cents down below on this discussion. And then out of nowhere, Arnie stabbed Bono 5 times, killing him. Afterwards, Johnson simply walked off into the woods in a catatonic state. Johnson said that he has no memory of the murder. Hence why I go back to the part when he plead not guilty, but the jury decided to say, oh, plead not guilty due to demonic possession, or The Devil Made Me Do, which is the name of the movie itself. So in this article, I'm gonna read a little thing else here. Johnson himself never claimed that an evil spirit forced his hand, only that he didn't remember plunging a knife 5 times into Alan Bono. Minella said. Minella was the lawyer. Johnson was convicted of manslaughter, served 4 years in prison, and went on to marry Deborah Gretzel. I read some articles. Some of them say 5 years, not 4. But he didn't serve the full 10 to 20 prison, like I said earlier. He was let loose because of good behavior. So, with all those witnesses, you know, you'd think there has to be some truth to it. I couldn't find anything said that the cousin's statements or anything like that. For one thing though, I did find that Garrett Brittle, he was a corrent. I don't know what that means, corrent. But they asked him when he started work on the book, because he wrote the book, whether demonic possession was a psychological or theological. He actually learned that cases of possession in widely different areas bore striking similarities. The wave of evidence, he said, could not be denied. So not only he studied up on the case himself, but some of the things that Arnie said goes with a demonic possession. So in theory, to me, was this actually an actual possession? Because it all started with David Gletzel, the little boy, who was the brother. What do you think on this? I mean, you have the 4 witnesses: Deborah, Jane, you know, the sisters, and the cousin. What do you think about this, now that you know a little more on that?
To be honest, I wouldn't really know. I mean,
Here,
things could be easily covered up, to, cause I'm pretty sure, like, they were trying to basically cover up as much as they possibly can to help him not get convicted.
what? Wait, what? What'd you say?
That pretty much it'll be kind of hard to actually prove any of that, because I mean, pretty much I'm pretty sure they were trying to find ways not to convict him, or get him sent to prison or anything like that, or so.
If he would have been nowadays, if it would have been a case nowadays, he would not have been, in my opinion, he would not have been convicted. If it were something nowadays.
I don't know. For me, it's to be convicted, because you can't really. Remember, all court proceedings are pretty much, you have to have like actual evidence of certain things. Pretty much, how can you prove that he was being possessed by a demon? There's no logical or scientific way of proving that. And
but
if
there
you
is.
cannot prove it in the court of law, then you're gonna be found guilty. At the end of the day, you murdered somebody. You know.
Okay. Then explain this. Not that long ago, I saw a video of a person who murdered somebody for no reason. It was no reason. He knew what he was going to do. He knew he was going to murder the dude. He knew he wanted to murder the dude. He knew how he was going to murder the dude. He confessed to the murder. There's video of it, how he confessed to the murder. And
yeah, I mean, that's...
hold on. And yet the court gave him not guilty because of insanity. And he did not serve prison time. In fact, the only thing he did was go to a mental institute of highly protected mental institute.
Insane.
Yeah. But he wasn't criminally charged. In most cases, and the dude had actual motive and everything. The dude recalled exactly how he did the murder, how he put the dude in the body, how he tried putting the body away.
You'll have to tell me the name of that case.
I can look it up real quick. It was a YouTube video, actually. And what's up, Tasha? Welcome to the channel. Welcome. I'm glad you were able to make it today.
Welcome.
Yes, me and my brother are chatting here. It's a fun discussion, I will have to say. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. It's a guy that I follow who showed the video. I'm gonna find the video. He has the original link down below, and I will put it. I'll put this real quick. Okay, here it is. Mute it right away. Okay, here we go. Link to the original. Here's the original. Let's see if I can skip to... Okay, this one right here.
What does it say in the description? So I could actually look it up.
There's nothing.
See, now that's pretty sus.
Yeah,
Normally
this guy
you will
just...
have
It's
the
a
name
criminal
of the case
psychology.
and everything like that.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get the name of the case. Hold on.
December, he asked fellow student Gennaro Sanchez.
Or at least tell
This
me
is
a name of a... It comes up with a name of a
Yeah,
person there.
it is gonna come up with a name. It's not really all that interesting to me, but I got nothing better to do. You came to the mostly not interesting part. You missed the ghost part.
What judge
Okay,
for your
hold on.
crazy looks the far more convincing one. This is 18-year-old Jared Murray.
Jared Murray is the guy's name.
Jerry?
Jared
Oh, Jared.
Murray. Alright. Oh, criminal words. Jared Murray case summary.
Gerard.
Yeah,
Murray.
Gerard. Shows no remorse and gives no reason for the murder besides it popped in my head. He had been planning to murder someone for about 3 weeks. So this dude actually planned to murder somebody.
Scroll up real quick. Let me get the name.
Gerard. Jerrodmuray. This is the case summary. The dude planned 3 weeks and decided that this Gennaro Sanchez was gonna be the victim a few days before. He was later found not guilty by reason of insanity and has been held in a mental facility since. Murray has filed motion asking the court to consider his release from the facility. He is in to less restrictive care. The judge in the case ruled that Murray remains a threat to society and is dangerous, denying the motion. Dude, this guy literally showed no remorse. There's a full video on this. He was so nonchalant about it. And I don't really care if I missed the ghost part. I wasn't willing to watch tonight, but I'm bored and have nothing better to do. All right. Well, thank you for joining nonetheless. It'll give you a little something, and if you got 2 cents to say about anything, you can go ahead and put your 2 cents on the comments of anything, you know. So it's up to you. You're more than welcome to just listen, chill. I got some music. I don't know, can you guys hear the music? That's the other thing I was gonna ask. I don't know if you can hear the music or not, but if you can, let me know. So This guy literally planned to kill a person 3 weeks before he did it. In Arnie's case, dude doesn't even remember what happened.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty much every person will have a different excuse.
Well, obviously,
of
yeah.
why they would and not did it. So
Well,
again,
no,
that
obviously,
can't
but
really
what I'm
correlate
saying,
the two either.
no, I'm not correlating. I'm just saying that nowadays, what I'm trying to correlate is that nowadays, the chances of him being actually approved to not guilty because of demonic possession is a lot higher now than it was back then. Back then it was hard to scientifically prove or even have any proof of it. The only thing that they had was word from a self-proclaimed demonologist, a psychic, and the Catholic Church. And not even because the Catholic Church denied them to do the exorcism the first time around. The only reason they actually got to do somebody the exorcism was because there was a priest that actually did it. So Ed and Lorraine, they observed David levitating, beaten by unseen hands, and that he began to be able to tell the future. Ed Warren said that not only was the boy demonically possessed, a total of 43 demonic spirits were attached to him. The Warrens agreed with the Gletzel family that an exorcism needed to be performed, so they found a Catholic priest willing to do an exorcism. There's some debate about how this was done, since most news sources don't seem to understand the process, which is true. Here's another thing, is that it's kind of hard to get proof. Ed and Lorraine Warren are the most reliable for anything spirit and ghost related. See? Yeah.
Yeah, see, they build this narrative for themselves.
No.
They're saying like, oh, we're the pretty much the experts in this.
Oh no, that was my friend Tasha. That was the Twitch stream. She said, and Lorraine Warren are the most reliable for anything spirit and ghost related, which there is some proof to that fact, that they are actually very reliable in it. But again, there's people back then, a lot of people contradicted because of the Catholic Church, religion, and so on and so on. And you gotta understand, the Exorcism movie came out The Exorcist movie came out in 1973, so to a lot of people that was just acting, a movie, although it is based off of a real case. That's another thing.
Remember, before the movie, there was actually a book as well.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Back then, Tasha says, "LOL, gotta laugh not being able to English." So, yeah, I can barely talk my English. Yeah, I can.
Already. Look at that.
I can barely English. All right, I'm out of water too, so it's like, but Shamu, dude. Okay, this is so totally sidestepping. I watched the live action Mulan movie. They don't have Mushu. Mushu.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was pretty stupid.
You have, and they don't have none of the singing. You know how disappointed I was? How was I supposed to sing along? Anyways, we're going back to this. Whoops, yeah, spoiler, if you haven't seen the live action Mulan movie, there's no Mushu and no singing.
Well, I mean, the singing part, probably, yeah, spoiler, but I guess, but they actually did put like a news briefing saying that he wasn't in the movie.
Well, they also, I think what they were trying to do is so Mulan is based off of a real person and a real historic event, and I think they were trying to keep the Disney but also keep the reality of what Mulan was. My wife kind of talked about it. English is and Tasha goes, English is my second language. Bad English is my first language. And she goes, what? No fucking Mushu? Yeah, no Mushu on the Mulan. which I
Yeah.
was very disappointed. Mushu makes the movie. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna lie. If Mushu was not in the movie, it would not be as fun of a movie as it is.
Yeah, because Eddie Murphy was fucking amazing in
Fuck
that.
yeah, dude. We completely sidestepped from the Conjuring part.
Yeah, trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, no singing either. Make a man out of you was just like a fucking line too. So the song "Make a Man Out of You" was just a single line. Some a general said it. He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna whatever, and I'm gonna make a man out of you." And I was like, "No, no, you're not just gonna say the one line and not lead us into the song." But yeah, it didn't lead to the song. Ugh, such disappointment. Seriously, that's dumb. Yeah. Like I said, I think when they made the live action movie is they wanted to keep the real story of Mulan, but also keep some of the Disney aspect to it. Because you did have the song when she was supposed to get married or hitched or whatever, and she fucks up that whole thing with a cricket, but there's no cricket. Ugh! They're gonna have the one part where she ruins everything because of the damn cricket and not have the damn cricket. I know, it's dumb. Okay, back to this. back to this. I also read that to this case, because it all started with this one kid, which is weird because they don't explain much about the kid. So this is what Ed and Lorraine Warren they observed, because obviously if I'm gonna claim, I'm seeing black shadow figures, or I'm seeing this little black shadow figure with horns and I'm getting beat up, and nobody's just gonna come and be like, let's investigate, it's demonic, blah blah blah. They're actually gonna watch and keep my eyes on you and make sure that it's legit and not just somebody making up a story. So they observed the kid levitating, being beaten by unseen hands, and then that he began to tell the future. Now, I'm kind of skeptical on that telling the future thing, but being the fact that there are people that have abilities to do stuff like that, nowadays considered prophets that can tell things.
Yeah, but remember, this kid was able to.
He was
tell the
11
future
years
because
old.
He was no, but I'm saying he was able to tell the future because he was quote unquote possessed.
Which there has been.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Actually, there has been proven where a possessed person has told the future. Well, in the Bible, the devil is the king of lies, many lies. So it's not necessarily comes true, but apparently he was able to start telling the future. Again, that's where I'm kind of skeptical. I'm not skeptical or saying that the kid wasn't possessed, because I would never want to witness one in real life, because there is the possibility of jumping back and forth. And hell, even in the second Conjuring, I turn off the volume at the end. I think it's the second one or the first one. I don't remember. Or I think all three of them. They actually have proof or audio of the demonic possession, and they actually showed audio. I tend to turn it off because me being the very religious type, I've been told that with evil entities like this, it can travel through the TV, through anything basically. So when it comes to The Exorcist, actual tapes of the exorcism and audio, I try to turn it off, just because I'm that type of person. I'm super religious, but I also believe in this. But there is proof, of them speaking in tongues. So there's proof of it. I would never want to witness one in person unless I'm like blessed in like the most holiest water, whatever. But I don't know. What do you think? I like my 2 cents. I don't, in the begin at that he began to be able to tell the future. Kind of iffy, beaten by unseen hands. Totally believe that it's possible. There's people that have been scratched, bitten, pushed, punched, whatever. And levitating, there has been proof of levitation from demonic possessions, and there's videos on it. I can YouTube this, and we can find plenty of videos. Um,
Mm, again, I
Not
wouldn't
plenty of
trust YouTube
videos,
videos.
but
My most of it could be already faked,
yeah,
so I don't believe in all that stuff.
nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty hard to prove all that shit. I mean, I don't know if pretty much they were to like videotape or record a kid actually levitating and shit, like from actual footage and this is the actual kid and everything.
I could
Then I'll
find.
believe it.
I
No,
could try
because I'm pretty
finding.
sure they could have also like put it in a movie and shit. Like
Well,
again, like you
no.
said with the old other country where they put the recording or whatever.
So again, spoiler. I'll say this several times in this, but at the end of The Conjuring 3, in the credits, they actually have audio proof. I'm gonna put proof in quotation because again, they've been accurate for the most part of this, and I've been able to go back and find the files for The Conjuring 2 and stuff like that. But I'll still put quotations around proof, being the fact that what we're hearing could be an exorcism. Could it be David's? Yes. Could it be somebody else? Yes. But if we're sticking to the fact that this is based off a true story and they are legit, which I do believe they are legit people, you know. I don't know. Most people might not, but I believe they're legit, and that audio is David and the possession. So they don't have video of it. They do have the possession of the voices. So
For me, that's not enough proof.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, like I said, to some people that's not enough proof. To me, it's proof, but again, it's not enough to tell me, oh yeah, it's David. I would have to.
Yeah, like I said, it's the same thing for me. I mean,
But considering,
it may be proof of the one possession, but it's not proof of that it's his stuff.
but
You know,
well,
unless you see a video with it.
there is a little. Well, okay, I don't know if there's a video with it, but there is a little more evidence to being. But hold on.
Video.
Back then there is, but I don't know if I could find it. I would have to deep search.
Again, they would have put it in the movie. I mean, it'd be pretty dumb if
Fair
they
enough.
have video of it legit and then not put it in a fucking movie. That'd be
fair
like
enough.
dumb as shit.
Like they have done in the past, where they put like legit pictures of the things, and yeah, I think in the second one they did. Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that, but also I do got to give them a little more credit in it because they did. I need to get water. Blah. They did have Debbie, Arnie be part of the movie. And the cousins and the other siblings and David as well. I think David passed away not that long ago. Let me look it up real quick. By the Gladsoil, play host to a demon after witnessing a number of increasingly ominous occurrences involving David. I need more on. It doesn't. Here's another thing. Okay, so here's another thing for me is I looked up David. I guess he would be 92, because if in 1981 he was 11 years old. Oh, he died at the age of 92 in 2019. So he died last year. So he was part of it.
Yeah, and
he was
that's
part.
one of the things that I mean, old people tend to have not the best memory.
Not true, because my grandma, before she died, she passed away. She was about 98 years old. She was 2019 was 2 years ago, buddy. Yeah, whatever. 2 years ago. I'm so great at math. My grandma was 98 years old, and she was able to tell me the time she was a stripper, how she met my grandfather at the strip club. Look, some old people had great memories. I'm not gonna lie. I've met old people that had amazing memories, and they were almost in their 100 years old. So that statement, I can argue with that because I have met really smart people.
So I'm not calling them dumb or anything. I'm just
No,
saying
well, I'm
that
okay. Some
nah,
old people do have bad memory. They're not stupid. They have bad memory. But I have met old people that have really good memory. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, I can't word shit. um, but so going back to David, because this is all started with David. Going back to David, the Warrens finally agreed. Um, the Ed Warren said that not only was the boy demonically possessed, apparently he was possessed of a total of 43 demonic spirits were attached to him. The Warrens finally agreed with the Gletzel family that an exorcism needs to be performed. So the family wanted. Okay. So the family wanted to have an exorcism to begin with, and then Ed and Lorraine just came in and officially said yes, it needs to be done. And so with them, they were able to do it. The Warrens would not have done an exorcism if the Catholic Church didn't allow it, but we knew that Gletzel family reached out to their own before contacting the Warrens and were denied. In the end, 3 exorcisms were performed. You were gonna say something?
no.
Oh, sounds like you're about to talk. So here's the thing. The Catholic Church denied them. But then the Warrens came in and the Catholic Church finally agreed. That has to give some credibility to what they do. I'm not gonna lie. For the people to contact the church and the church be like, no, we won't do it. No, we won't do it. But then Ed and Lorraine Warren came, observed the kid before even going to Catholic Church. And then they finally go and be like, hey, they have to have it done. We've witnessed this. We know this. We know that. So for the church to acknowledge Ed and Lorraine to do this exorcism, it has to be some credit towards them. Come on. You got to give them at least credit. Because you know, me and you both... Hold on. No. We and you both agreed that back then, religion was big shit. Not like now, but...
Okay, that's the thing you gotta remember. It was big shit. Everybody believed in religion.
Okay.
But as well, a lot of these things were pretty much word of mouth. Meaning that pretty much, like, as long as you present yourself and say the right things, you could get away with a lot of things. And people fucking believed it.
Sometimes. I would have still thought...
I mean, not for me, sometimes, but majority of the time, and I've seen this, like, if you read things throughout history, especially for religious people, they will believe almost 90% of the shit you fucking tell them if you put something with fucking God in it.
Okay, I'll agree just because of
fucking everything.
I will agree just because of the witch trial, the witch asylums, where all the witches got burned because some Catholic Church dude said, "Oh my God, witchcraft is devil's work, not God's work, so we gotta burn them." Okay, I will agree to that. But
exactly. And
wouldn't Lorraine's psychic ability be considered witchcraft? Yes or no?
I mean, no, but again,
she could tell future. She could tell certain things. She could find certain things without you telling her. Psychic ability would have been considered witchcraft.
So it's not okay. Again, that was a long time ago before any of this.
I know.
Nowadays, people will actually misconstrued things like, "Oh, I fucking vision shit" with something prophetic, something holy, because hell, look, let me talk.
Okay.
You fucking see these fucking weird motherfuckers, these evangelical churches and shit on fucking TV. You see them quote unquote predicting the future, and people fucking believe it as something holy and something like that. So you,
Okay.
some like pretty much you having some power or something like that nowadays is not considered something demonic. It's considered something holy. It flip flopped throughout the years.
Yeah, but not back in 1980
So
where, well,
no, yeah, no, yeah, in 1980s, nobody's fucking doing witch trials, fool.
true, but it would still,
Again, I don't fucking believe it. I mean, but remember, like even before that, like just look at the Russian guy Rasputin. That motherfucker was the most charismatic motherfucker out there. He said he was the second coming of Jesus, and people believe this shit.
well, here,
Enough that he got into the whole actual power of Russia.
that is true. There's also
So
the,
people fucking believe anything.
I mean, that's even nowadays. Yeah, I'll give you that. But there's also the thing where the news, because a lot of this was. Hold on, let me go grab water. I'll be right back. Hold that thought.
Alright.
All right, game time. I'm back. I don't know why I have it on game time. That's fine. Making sure everything okay. Oh shit! Shit! Wrong button. Wrong button. Yo, can you hear me? You there?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I thought you knocked out.
No.
So. Alright, so I forgot where we were. I was in something.
You're pretty much talking about trying to prove your case of.
Well, I'm not trying to prove my case. It's more of, what? It's more of, can it get done nowadays is the bigger question, and it's more of, how believable is this case? Because there's some, back then we also got to remember that there when the news, because the TV's been out for like what, 40 years by the time this happened. So
Yes.
news reporters and are instead of being out at the newspaper, it's starting to be televised.
No, they still have newspapers.
Yeah, but but now they were moving from, I mean, we still have newspaper now, but now people that were doing like the news and stuff, they had no idea how to put this on TV to where the media would agree with it, because again, religion was a big thing. So there's a lot of debate on this, on this whole case. I agree that the demonic possession do happens, obviously, but to plead not guilty because of it, again, like we both agreed, the scientific part of it. Nowadays, there can be more proof, and in my opinion, somebody could get away with it. But again, like you said, I will also agree that it wouldn't be written down as a demonic possession or possession or an infestation of demons or whatever. It would be more of an insanity plea, where they would be put into a
psychiatric word for the
yeah.
term, insane.
So see, with that I will agree, but somebody can plea that, you know, they were demonically possessed, because now there is a way to prove it more than there was back then.
Yeah, but that's not considered hard actual science.
Well, how can, okay, let me ask this. So how can somebody, so why do we, when we go to court or something, we pledge to the Bible that we're going to be the truth. We pledge to the Bible and to the word of God that we're going to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. How can it be science? It's okay. I know this because it's been proven. It has been proven not only scientifically, biblically, but also physically. But in your case, that you aren't much of a believer like I am, how can you prove, how can somebody pledge to be honest to God when for you, you know, you don't believe in that stuff? So how can that be? But how do you, there is proof, and you hold on, there is proof. So let me rephrase the question for you more. So how can you say you pledge to God to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, but you can't put somebody to trial on demonic possession, that they did it because of a demonic possession, when you think that there's no scientific proof that God exists, and then there's no scientific hard proof that demonic possession can be put into trial either? Then,
like, what I'm trying to say, pretty much, I'm not a lawyer or anything in court. I have
neither am I.
No idea how they work. I have no idea how this shit works, because they even do it for fucking presidents. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, maybe, I don't know. The only thing that pops into my head right now, to be completely honest, I could be right or wrong, is that
well, that's why we're doing this.
Like,
that's why we're doing
this. No, but I'm
there's no
right
pretty
much, like, the thing that pops in my head with that is that pretty much, they probably using the fear of God to make sure you tell the truth and shit, you know? Like, you know, one of the fun commandments, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal, blah, blah, blah. All that bullshit. I don't know, people, maybe they're using the fear of God to make sure they tell the truth. And to be honest, a lot of people who do witnesses, also tell complete fucking bullshit.
Obviously,
So it's like,
obviously, but that's what I'm saying though. There's no way to prove either you have been physically, demonically possessed to do whatever the fuck you did, and there's also no physical proof that you can swear to God that you're gonna tell the truth, nothing but the truth. The only way we can tell that is by putting a lie detector on somebody, and even then, there's ways around. There's ways around lie detectors.
Yeah, pretty much. It just detects like the nerves and also sweats and everything.
Yes.
Like that.
So see,
if
I
pretty
believe
much remain calm the whole time, you get away with like
yeah. Well, here's the other thing. You yourself has witnessed a possession. It was not a demonic possession, but it was a possession. So now I'll throw the question at you again, since can you? Okay, we're not lawyers, obviously. The only way we would ever get to know this, in fact, is if we study. I'm too lazy to study lawyer, and I don't have enough money to talk to a lawyer. And I don't have money to talk to a lawyer. So, you have witnessed a possession, right?
Yes.
Let's say you, for fucking just for theoretical reasons, you're possessed, you end up robbing a store, you get caught because you can't remember what happened. No alcohol in your system, nothing. Mind you, this Arnie doesn't remember anything. So let's say for the case of this, you don't remember, you rob a store, you don't remember, you go in, you plead guilty of possession. Not demonic possession, it's a complete different thing. But any possession could be considered demonic possession in any case. In reality,
you won't be convicted for go possession. You'll just be convicted for being fucking nuts.
Exactly. But that's my case, is you'll get away with it because you plead possession.
Would you really get away with it?
You're getting away with robbing whatever you robbed, and
no,
even.
But again, it's like you're not being sent to prison. You're basically getting sent to a prison for crazy people.
Yeah, but so would you rather? No, would you rather be in an insane mental hospital where you get fed really good? No. Okay, in the case that you don't get freaked out about it, but you're more likely for shit to happen to you in prison than in a mental. Okay, let's just say for the sake that you're not.
It depends. If you're for the criminally insane, then no, you'll most likely fucking die.
No, because if you're in for the criminally insane, you're gonna have a bed, you're gonna have a padded room, you're gonna get free medications to get you loopy, you're gonna have your meals every day. I mean,
pretty much the same thing as regular fucking prison, minus the padded room and the pills.
And besides that, you're also not gonna, depending on who you're with, you can get raped, killed, stabbed, whatever to death.
You get raped, alright, yeah.
Or raped, yeah, or we don't want to say the R word because YouTube shit, but you know what I mean. I would rather, in all honesty, get the criminally insane and be sent into there where I go to therapy every day, take my meds, and having a chance of getting out than in a prison where you don't really have a chance. Your chance of getting out are just as slim. Sort of. Again, it all depends.
Contrary to Bobby Relief, there isn't much killings in prison because normally you would hear it and you.
Well, yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no, because the media.
I guess you're a big-time criminal and shit.
Yeah. Then
but
if you're not, then no.
But generally you get fucking killed if you fucking double cross somebody in prison.
Well, no shit.
Or fucking.
Or if they find out you're a fucking snitch. I'm not going there. Or that, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. You'd be fucking. Yeah, you won't even last an hour if they
Yeah.
were find out that you were convicted for that. Not even an hour.
Yeah,
Oh.
you'll be fucking stopped by.
And that
That.
won't even be on the news though. That's the thing.
No, yeah, but
Something
I'm
like
saying
that.
that being out of like, obviously I won't be in prison for that shit, but I mean like
No,
in
for
prison
yeah.
for quote unquote like robbing a store while I'm possessed or anything like that.
Well, yeah. And this is hypothetically, you know.
Hypothetical. Hypothetical.
Yeah, that word. Because again, you've witnessed an actual possession.
Yes.
You know, and the fact that I haven't, I've only witnessed paranormal activities. You know, I've seen ghosts and I've seen I'm pretty sure I saw a demon once. Did I ever tell you the one story? Remember that apartment I used to live in that used to be an abortion hospital?
Yeah,
The one right by Flagler, where I thought I saw the room was burning and I saw this black figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could have probably seen a demon for all I know, you know, because shit, it felt like hell. But going back to this, the thing why we didn't hear much about David Gletzel. Now we're going into Arnie. So at one point, one of the Gletzel children, which is Debbie, she felt unsafe. She asked her 19-year-old boyfriend. So this is where Arnie comes into the play because it all started again with David. So Debbie felt unsafe. So this is where I'm saying though, this possession had to be real at some point. It could have been that the news lost in translation over the years. You know, everything gets changed around and everything. But for this woman to have married this guy, it had to be something factual in there of this demonic possession because she felt unsafe. She even asked her 19-year-old boyfriend, Arnie, to move into the family home. Johnson was present at one of the exorcisms, and in an attempt to protect the little boy, Johnson encouraged the demon to enter his body instead. That is a number one no-no. If anybody knows anything about the paranormal, number one thing as a no-no is you never taunt a demon, no matter what. You never taunt it. And that's another thing why I would never want to witness a possession, because you never know what is possessing you. And it can jump from body to body like no tomorrow. That's why every time I want to go paranormal investigating, which I do want to go, bless myself, pray before going in, and do not allow anything to follow me. Which I hope one day you can come and do with me, because we've always wanted to do something like that too.
Yeah.
So Johnson, Arnie, was actually present at one of the exorcism, and in an attempt to protect, he encouraged the demon. The Warren said they warned Arnie not to taunt the demon, so he was warned. I'm back a little. Welcome back. I didn't know you were gone. Welcome back. Yeah, we're getting to a point of ghost investigating. Me and my brother, I told my brother he has to come and do it with me one day. Because of one of the locations here, dude. I've investigated in one location here, and it was dope. Like, oh. Well, and remember I told you I used to live in an orphanage? Well, it was part of the orphanage. Did I ever tell you that?
No, you never told me that one.
Really? I never told you that the apartment I was living in was actually part of an orphanage that was right across the street from me? That
you say it kind of sounds familiar.
That only reminds me of the months of work we put in to try to make that group. I know. For while I was in school, me and my friend tried to make a paranormal group. So much work into it, and nothing went through. I feel so sad. But what were you saying?
Wasn't it downstairs or something?
That was when I was living with my ex. But before I moved in with my wife, I was living back in that apartment complex upstairs. But yes, I used to live in the basement where there were tunnels that led right into the orphanage.
All right.
So I don't know if I ever told you that, but there's so I went to the actual, or we put way too much effort in it. Months went into it. Yeah, it did. We actually put a lot of months thinking about what we were gonna do, where we were gonna do, and everything. We put a lot of work into making that group. I mean, we can still make the group outside of school, but it'd be probably easier now than if it was for school. But dude, I went into that orphanage, and they actually had a book of all the kids that passed away and reasons they passed away. Dude, it was tragic. One of the kids passed away because they got raped in the ass. Whoops. It's going on YouTube. Disclaimer, not for 18 and under. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just a sad thing to read all these deaths and why they died. Might just have to revisit the documents. Like I said, we can probably still ghost investigate now, even more easier than when we were in school. But dude, it's sad, some of those things. There were infants that never even made it past their 1 years, and they're buried there. There's an actual, and so I asked if there was any paranormal events while I was there, and one of the ladies says that they used to have a janitor. There used to be a janitor that worked there, and he would go into the graveyard where the kids were, and he would read bedtime stories to the kids, and he would hear laughs, cries, and he says that he would feel the kids come up to him, and while he was reading the kid book. And I was like, yo, I gotta investigate that, because it's open. You can actually go into the graveyard, and obviously I would ask for permission and stuff. Well, now it's a little easier. Tasha says yes, it is a little easier now than before. But yeah, dude, it's insane. And when I was living there with my ex, she had a cat, and this cat would always stare at a corner, dude. Like, it was the weirdest thing. You know how cats are? They're weird. But no, this cat's was even weirder. Like, he would sit at my bed in the corner, and he'd just look up at a corner and like follow something around. And then it would act like if something was petting him. You know how cats, they'll go up to you and then they'll like rub their shoulders or their body on you, like if they're petting you. That cat would do that to the fucking air. It was so weird. I keep sidetracking. All right, we're gonna go back to this, get this over with quick. So after the Warrens warned Arnie to not taunt the demon, the self-proclaimed demonologist Ed said that it's just one of those things you never do. Not if you know anything about this sort of thing. Well, even if you don't know any of this, it's fucking common sense. You don't fucking taunt anything. So after a while, Debbie and Arnie, they moved out of the Gletzel to protect himself. Obviously, it was too late. Johnson began to experience a lot of the symptoms David did. So we're going back to now. Arnie has experienced what David experienced. As Debbie Gletz later testified. Oh, so Debbie Gletzel actually testified on Arnie's case. So this is a quote unquote Cheyenne or Johnson would go into a trance. He would growl and say he saw the beast. Later, he would have no memory of it. It was just like David. Now, there is this thing where our mind tends to block out tragic events. So if we go into this trance, we say these things and then we don't remember it, it could be a way of our brain protecting ourselves. But in this case, it's a demonic possession is what we're exploring. So the wife is testifying, one of the witnesses. For months before the murder, Lorraine Warren called the police and told them there was a danger in the Gletzel family. So there is a video here of Lorraine talking about The Conjuring 3, the real story. It's like 20 something minutes long, but I don't know if we want to check out a little piece of it. I don't know, you can't hear anything, can you? I don't know how to share my audio. Hold on, let me see if I can share my audio quick here. With you. I don't know if I can show you my audio. I don't think there's a way to share my audio. Jesus. I think you're gonna have to go into the stream if you want to watch this. But I'm gonna put it from my stream though, a little piece of it. I'm gonna pause that music and see.
Good evening.
His mother.
Okay, so
Of becoming involved in this case because he had been assigned by the bishop to exercise another home, but this was not of an individual now, of a home.
okay, so they were. Are you gonna watch me on the stream then, so you can hear this? Is he still there?
Nah, cause of the double echo.
Oh, you're quiet because of the double echo?
No, I'm saying like as I watch the stream and everything, there'll be like a double echo thing.
Can you mute me? Or can you actually hear what's going on?
No, I can't hear what's going on.
Oh.
Again, pretty much I will have to actually go to the mic myself and watch the video.
Oh, okay. Well,
That
I'm gonna put
had
this.
infestation going on.
Oh, here, I can do this. Share. So you can kind of see. Here you go. I sent you the link.
That we investigated. But he said, I want you to know that you have my prayers. At that time, he was going to Ireland with his mom, and he was concerned. We had contacted a doctor in
I'm gonna skip a little bit for anybody that's watching some of it just because I'm also gonna put it on YouTube and I don't want it to be too long. Shit, I haven't even checked how long I've been streaming. I normally do. I normally keep an eye on this. Oh, yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah, we're good.
Trumbull, Dr. Giangrasso, and asked him if he would be willing to go to the home with us that night. It was a real hot night, Tony. And the reason we asked Dr. Giangrasso was because he too had a son with a similar problem. And we felt that if there were a type of medication, maybe that David would be on that.
Yo, this guy has a painting of like a red demon girl naked in the background. Like, oh wow. Let's see. Let's
Might
keep
have been
going.
causing it, that he would recognize that, but that
He would attack his mother. Now this
would be doodling, you know, drawing or something like that, and he'd be concentrating on what he was doing, and then he would look up, and it was no longer a little 11-year-old boy.
now this 11-year-old boy would become extremely strong. I seen
Hey, so I'm pausing and skipping. If you want to see the original down below, I will have the link to this video, so, and to this page. So if you guys want to check out the full video, you more than can. My brother's probably not watching it, but, to everybody watching it live right now, that's another reason. I don't want to get copy claimed.
nights when it would take 4 and 5 men to hold him down. He would be ranting and raving and yelling. There was times when he would attack his mother. Now this boy loved his mother. He loved his father. And at one time he actually broke the mother's nose, I believe.
Oh shit.
Arnie Johnson, who was a young man that was engaged to his sister, Debbie, would help every night to control the boy. He'd come home from work, go to work the next morning.
The kid broke the mom's
But he made a
nose.
fatal mistake. One night he said, and he screamed at these devils, "Take me on. Leave my little buddy alone."
I was watching
He got his way.
pieces of it.
Yeah, I'm watching pieces of it too, just cause. Well, copyright
mean,
claim.
Also, hearing the stuff like this is that.
Well,
again,
they were there.
it
They
kinda-
witnessed it. You know, they were there. They witnessed
No,
it.
no, no, no. Yeah. I know that, but like, the other thing that pretty much, again, because I don't want to say too much of it because, to be honest, it's a little personal. But
Yeah, no, you're
like-
fine. You don't have to. You can, I know,
no, well, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna just
story mode
say a
it,
little.
so it's not, you know.
No, yeah, that like, I mean, when a kid has problems such as this, just labeling it straight up demonic possession is like, did you talk to an actual doctor, a physician,
They did.
somebody? No, but I mean like, not like a fucking like doctor that you go to get your fucking shot, but I mean like a therapist, something, to actually see if there's not some weird thing going on with his head. Not demonic wise, but I don't know, some weird depression, some weird other mentally or psychological problem.
Well,
They
from
don't, they don't fucking do that. They just go, oh, something's wrong with this fucking kid. He might be fucking possessed.
well, no.
And just leave it at that.
Well, I just got ditchy went to bed. I'm sorry. Well, we didn't ditch you. You can stay with us. But okay, going to what you said. What I've read so far from all these articles, I have a whole bunch of pages open. As you can see, I have a shit ton of things that I went through and read. What I've found and what I've read is before this ever happened, he was a normal 11-year-old kid. Never had anything like this before. It only ever happened when they went to this house. Is what I've read and what I've understood.
And again, I really don't believe shit like that. Parents will say, "Oh, my kid's a fucking angel. He'll never do something like that." No.
Well, okay. Well, that
That
is true.
That completely bullshitting.
That's
And
my
I know,
plan
because
is to
because
stay right
because
here.
I was a
Sweet.
fucked up kid when I was little.
Oh,
And he was-
wow.
and he
Me
was
and
like,
you
"No,
both were
no,
fucked up kids. Okay,
No,
I was
I mean, I was actually fucked up.
no,
like,
I was the bigger troublemaker in the fucked up sense than anything else.
Bro, I was
Everybody
literally-
told my mom was an angel, but
I mean, like, not gonna lie, I actually fucking tore the head of fucking dolls that my sister had.
that's just a brother.
No, they used to creep me out, so I just like don't fucking look at
Yeah, no, that's total. That makes total sense. Fucking rip the shit out of a doll's head because it creeps you out, you know. As long as it's not the Annabelle doll.
No, that's fucking buggies.
Fuck, dude. But no, but to every parent, we are angels. We're all holy in their eyes.
Exactly. So them saying like, "Oh, my kid never."
Well,
had
they
any
never said
problem
it.
with
They never said
evolution."
before it. They actually never said. It's more of what I've
Interpreted.
interpreted. Yes.
Alright then, so you interpreting something is not considered hard facts.
No, that's what I'm saying. No. That's I haven't said it's hard fact. I just said what I interpreted while reading all this is that before they moved in, it wasn't something that was going on, but because it was just because here it says in the 1980s they went to clean up a rental unit they had just purchased. Their 11-year-old David saw the spirit of an angry old man. So he saw the spirit when they went to the house or the rental. And then the spirit apparently physically pushed him. When David's parents became very angry with him, saying he made up the old man to get out of chores, then David informed the family that the spirit was the one that told them if they ever moved in, they'd be in danger. So, again, that's what I interpreted out of this, is that he's never done any of this. He's never seen ghosts, and until he goes to this place, then to him, it wasn't even a spirit, okay? To him, it was just an angry old man that was black, all black, you know, with thin, so what was it? What description? Man with big black eyes, thin face, with animal feature, jagged teeth, pointed ears, horns, and hooves. So, yo, Swag Baggy, welcome, and thank you for that subscription. Oh, 3-month subscription. Thank you for that, my dude. Currently 3 months. I don't know if my subscription thing shows. I just added some new subscription little faces, so for 3 months you might have the full face already. Oh no, that's tier 1, so it should be just the regular face. But thank you. Howdy. Welcome. We're in the middle of a discussion here with my brother. By the way, y'all, I don't know if anybody watching this on YouTube or now watching me live, if I reach a certain goal that I have set, when I reach that goal, I will announce more of this, but I plan on doing a small giveaway for each, for a goal. So it's a super fun convo. Haha, thank you, Tasha. There will be a giveaway. Once I reach that sub goal, well, now you guys know, whatever. Whenever I reach that goal, though, I will be putting out a giveaway. So, Swag Baggy, just a heads up. It may be background noise, but it's fun. Thank you. Hey, it's a little fun background noise that we got going on, you know. Can't argue too much about it. But, what was I saying? But okay, so in theory, I chime in here and there. Yeah. If you guys are liking the conversation, you're more than welcome to throw in your 2 cents on this. Again, spoilers for The Conjuring 3. If you have not seen the movie, it is a lot of spoilers for a lot of things. But so that was my interpretation. The kid saw this old man. He described the old man. So to me, I don't think he knew it was a spirit. He just thought it was something evil. So it was all before.
Well, I don't think you think of something evil. You just think of something weird.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, 11 years old. Well, I mean, as an 11-year-old kid, I'd be terrified. Well, again, I watched horror movies as a kid growing up, so never mind. Exactly. Being that I grew up with horror movies, yeah. So this guy stabbed him 5 times in the movie. They say Arnie stabbed him like 20 times, 15 times. You know, they exaggerated the truth there, which is what most movies do. LOL, yeah, there has been, and I don't plan on seeing them, so I'm fine with it. All right, sweet. So going back to this, so 4 months before the murder, Lorraine Warren called the police. So Lorraine Warren called the police saying, hey, there's going to be something bad happen, which 4 months before it actually happened. 4 months after, I mean, it actually happened. So now we're at the murder part, which we know Debbie worked, and it was their landlord, Alan Bono. Alan bought him all lunch. They started drinking. Well, here's my other thing, though. So Alan was drinking heavily, so he must have been a drunk. And like any rational person, Debbie grabbed the siblings, and the family were starting to leave. But then Alan decided to grab the little 9-year-old, which was the cousin Mary, and like, I would get on the defensive on that, you know what I mean? But now if you are demonically possessed, you go to that extra step, because you lose control of your body. And Arnie didn't seem to be the type of person to have anger issue, but I might be wrong. I haven't looked too much into the actual person.
Everybody, everybody gets fucking different when they're drunk.
Exactly. Well, no, Arnie was not drunk. Alan was the one that was drunk. The only guy that was drunk was the guy that got murdered. This is why it also makes a little more sense that there would be involving a possession, in my opinion, being that the only drunk person was Alan. Now, if Arnie was drunk and they actually found alcohol, okay, then I'd be like, it's not demonic possession. You're just a bad drunk. You know what I mean? And it was witnessed by more than just one person. Like in the movie, it was just the wife or the fiance, whatever, because they didn't get married till after the dude was in jail or after jail. Again, each article says while jail. Another article says after jail. One article says he served 4 years. One article served around 5 years. All we know is he did not serve his full 10 to 20 year sentence.
Yeah, must have got off for a good parole or whatever.
He was. Yep. That's exactly what it was. He got out on good parole. Because he good behavior, not parole.
Oh, good behavior.
Yeah. So like I read earlier, it was then that Arnie started to growl. Apparently, out of nowhere, he stabbed Bono 5 times, killing him. He must have be hitting like every perfect spot. Only 5 stabs and the dude died. I mean, you gotta hit like perfect. And because apparently the knife wasn't that big. I think they actually said how big the knife was. It was just like a pocket knife. So unless you're hitting extremely vital organs, the guy would have survived. But again, he was drinking. Alcohol does not help your blood. It actually thins. It's been scientifically proven that alcohol actually thins out your blood. So he might have bled out faster. We don't know, but they did say how big the knife was. But 5 times killed the dude. Jesus Christ, stupid trucks. Were you able to hear that?
Slightly, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, sweet. Then the noise suppression is doing what it has to do. Woo! Hopefully, by the way, guys, everybody watching, I hope this audio is good. It would suck if all this was crappy as audio. We're doing all this and like I go back and the audio is bullshit. I'll be like, no! We spent fucking hours on this. But so afterwards, Johnson simply walked into the woods in a catatonic state, and then he says he has no memory of the murder. Now we're going into the actual murder case. That was the murder itself. I would tell you if it was crap audio. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you. So now we're going into the actual murder case. I mean, after you murder somebody, I'm pretty sure you'd be in a shock state anyways, because it's something you don't expect to do if it just happens.
Yeah.
Now what we see is a different question. Not what we see is a different question. Are you reading ahead? So my question would be is that, okay, technically, there you go. Okay, technically that would be a different question is if this just happened, there are been cases of people blacking out and beating the shit out of somebody else, but there was motive behind it, anger motive or just anger issue. There hasn't been any of that in this.
The fucking drunk guy fucking grabbed your kid and shit, you know?
Well, the Deborah's 9-year-old cousin, I mean, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, hey, let her go. You know, she's a little girl. You're drunk. Cool down.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they didn't put the full story out there, to be completely honest. Like, what did the drunk guy try to do? Did he try molesting her? Did he try hitting on the little girl?
No, all they said is that he held on to her. All it says, Debbie got concerned and started to leave with her family when Alan held onto her 9-year-old cousin, Mary.
Yeah, but like, holding on to her, like, but what did he try to do with the
That's
girl,
the thing,
you know?
we don't know. All we know, Arnie got very enraged, went, stabbed the dude 5 times, and that was it. So,
so see, they're not saying the full stories, and they're
well,
hiding certain parts of the story to fit their narrative.
it could be, yeah. Well, I'm not saying that in the movie they showed, but in the movie,
Well, I mean, in the movie, they're
no,
you
no,
can't trust everything in the movie. But I'm
in
saying,
the
like, in
movie,
the actual case itself, they're definitely hiding shit.
well, yeah, yeah, I'd say they have to have something hidden. But so right here, insanity, self-defense, and passion are some of the usual reasons attached to a not guilty plea during a murder trial. One you don't hear often, however, is Satan. Now, the new horror movie does say about it. Let me see. 'Cause I have all these articles open. Murdering his landlord in cold blood in 1981. The pair, because different articles will give you different information. So that's why I have all these open, because I wanna be able to put them next to each other. Apparently it was cold. They called it in cold blood murder. So like he just out of nowhere. Oh, okay, here we go. This article said, see, I didn't notice this. Arnie, 19, was charged with murdering his landlord, Alan Bono, in cold blood in 1981, while the pair fought over his girlfriend, Debbie Gletzel, 26. But it wasn't Johnson who killed his 40-year-old friend. His lawyer unpresentably said a demon manipulated Johnson into stabbing Bono to death with a 5-inch pocket knife. See, this is where they explain how big the knife was. A 5-inch pocket knife is not that big to, like, you gotta be hitting some deep ass organs to be able to kill somebody and with just 5 stab. There's been people that have been stabbed 30 times and survived. You know what I mean? But again, this here does not say he was drunk at all. Here it says the landlord, what they were fighting over Deborah, the girlfriend.
There's many different stories. There's
Yeah,
no way. Then again, they must have been hiding something or anything. I mean,
This
like
is why I have all this open, because I knew there was gonna be somewhere. It was gonna be somewhere in there that there's this mix. Because in one article, the one that we were watching the video, it says that it was because he grabbed the 9-year-old cousin Mary. But in this article that I just pulled up, it said they were fighting over the girlfriend Debbie or Deborah. Well, I got a strong urge to start writing again, so stream is majority background noise at the moment while I come up with the character names. Hey, sounds good. Hopefully you come up with a good story. My wife has been writing a lot lately. But yeah, in this article, and it also says, in this article it said it was they were fighting over the girlfriend. And then, but it wasn't Johnson who killed his 40-year-old friend. His lawyer unprecedentedly said a demon manipulated Johnson into stabbing Bono to death with a 5-inch pocket.
Yeah, see, that's where everything, I mean, to be honest, falls apart. Because
I got another article here.
Or not,
like, I got another article.
Basically got into some sort of fight.
Okay, here it is. Okay, so here in another article by the New York Times, this is the real article on it. This is the New York Times article. It says, normally pigs can swim. Now the graceful affluent. Okay, little evidence made public. Okay, little evidence made public. I got ideas. I need a female demon's name. LOL. I'm pretty sure she meant demon. Little evidence made public is the title of this next one. It says Mr. Bono, the manager of a kennel, was fatally stabbed on February 16 after an argument with a 19-year-old Arnie Johnson, who worked for a tree surgeon here. Mr. Johnson's knife with a folding 5-inch blade was found at the scene, and he was indicted last Thursday on charge of first-degree murder. No other evidence has been made public, but a detailed account of what happened to Mr. Johnson has been volubly given by his girlfriend and by Ed and Lorraine Warren, who claim experience in exorcism and who lectured professionally on the paranormal. Those details are what makes the murder seem extraordinary, and its demonic rationale has already drawn international attention. And it is a case within a case. In addition to the Warrens, who have an arguably commercial interest in the matter, it involves clergy of the Catholic Church. So here's another thing: when a Catholic Church is involved in it, back then it meant that there had to be some truth to what was going on, because, like you said, back then religion was a big thing. So for me, that's why I keep saying that it is a possibility that he could have gotten away with it. But so involving clergy of the Catholic Church, a family that seems utterly convinced of the devil's presence in their house, and a defense attorney who intends to force evidence of the influence onto the court. And that's another thing. Forcing evidence is not good. The way they word it, this is the actual article. So again, we are actually reading the actual article from the New York Times when it came out, and this is what it was all said. So this has a little more truth to what happened, or not what happened to, but what it was said at the time. I forgot where it was. Force evidence of the influence of the court. The courts have dealt with the existence of God, says Martin Manella, the attorney. Now they're going to have to deal with the existence of the devil. Again, we're going back to religion. A lot of the problem in what I think in our society is that religion has gotten twisted. It has lost its true meaning from when God was alive. It's been getting worse though. It has gotten worse, I would say, from when God was actually around to what it is now. There's a big twist, I believe.
I mean, to be honest, it's actually gotten better in a way, but all thanks to science.
Yeah, well, because there is proof that God existed. Well, there has, on top of the fact that there has been proof that God is real, you can actually go into the Bible and you can find a genealogy, and it's not just there. You can actually look back into time and find record of him existing. So, and there have been scientists.
Well, those are really up in interpretation because, again,
no, but there has
scientifically proven.
It is scientifically proven that there is a generation that leads straight to him, and him being born and him existing and all that. There is proof. I can guarantee that.
Okay, but remember, you can't mix regular science, like actual scientific things where you have an experiment and there's actual factual proof that you can see.
There is factual proof you can see. So remember, I'm going back to this movie that my wife showed me, A Case for Christ. There is actual factual proof that you can hold in your hand that he existed, because you can actually hold the nails that were found at the crucifixion where he was crucified. You can hold a piece of the literal scripture of before the Bible was even the Bible. So there is literal factual proof that you can hold in your hand. And
I mean, yeah, those are things that, like, again, first and foremost, the Bible was written in a language that nobody can fucking speak anymore, so that's up for debate. Second of all,
well, there's people that study that language. There are people that could still study the language. It's a lost language. Yeah, well, this was fun.
Fucking dead, and pretty much the fucking church has fucking, like,
no, this isn't the church.
And no, let me talk.
Okay.
That pretty much thing with the Bible and everything like that. Nobody could speak the original language of the language it was written, and pretty much the church has fucking rewritten that shit to serve their own fucking agenda for many fucking years. So
yeah, but I'm
total bullshit out of the window.
No.
And then the thing with the nails, again, you can hold some fucking dude's nails, but how can you actually get God's DNA and say, yeah, this is God?
dried up blood. Okay, I would have to show you the movie and
Again,
show you with it. Because the thing is, it's not an actual church. This guy, okay, so this guy is a real person. He made the book, and he was almost like you. He was an actual atheist though, not like he did not believe in this at all. And once he did the research, this guy was a news reporter to begin with, by the way. So not a news reporter, a journalist. So he has to, as a journalist, any true journalist, Gert can't find a good name. I'm sorry, I'd help for Tasha, I would help with names, but I'm terrible with names. I'd say just find a name generator and try to find a name for your female demon.
Yeah, I wouldn't choose those. Most of them kind of sound like shit.
They do sound like shit half the time. But whatchamacallit, so this guy, I'm trying. I'm sorry. Don't yell. But so this guy literally was, journalists, true journalists always try to find the truth in every story. Unlike news reporters where they're trying to find whatever they want. Journalists try to find facts. At least real good journalists try to hit the hard truth facts. So that's all he wanted. All he wanted was facts. Proof that he actually existed and all that. And he goes in this entire journey, and in the end he goes, wow, okay, it's true that he existed. There's proof, unreliable truth. And the biggest part is the person that you'd least expect to prove him wrong is somebody that proves him wrong. So he went to court. I don't remember what it was, but he went to court for something. And he was in court trying to prove that God didn't exist. Because somebody I don't know what it was. I'll have to look it up later. But he calls up to the podium a forensic pathologist, I think was what he said. And what a forensic pathologist does is he studies. So let's say somebody murders somebody and it's a dead cold case. Well, a forensic, so many fucking big words. If I remember correct,
Pathologist.
huh? Yeah.
Forensic pathologist.
Hold on.
I know what they are.
Okay.
They pretty much help solve cold cases using genetics.
Not just genetics. So is the application of the principle of pathology and of medicine in general to the legal needs of society. Forensic pathologists perform autopsies to determine what caused a person's death. They also involve in the investigation of the circumstances surrounding the death. So he traced back to what they said of Jesus being stabbed and dying, and it was just this big thing, and he managed. So the least, and this guy worked for like the CIA, FBI, or whatever for the longest time, and he never believed. No,
it doesn't matter where he works.
Well, okay, but this guy was not a believer. Like this guy doesn't believe. He believes in the science, just like you're saying, in the scientific proof. He believes he has to see the actual evidence to prove that it exists, because that's what they're trained to do. And this guy actually went on and studied what he thought, because it was a big case on it, and he studied it, and he goes, there is unprecedented, so there's undeniable proof of God existing, of Jesus existing. So there's undeniable proof, which is pretty interesting. I will have to show you. I will have to show you this. I will take my time.
The thing is, I don't trust people, dude. Like,
I know you don't, but
so
dude,
much fucking bullshit.
This is an actual.
If you don't show me actual physical proof where I could see it and hold it in my fucking hands, I ain't gonna believe that shit.
Well, we're under a pandemic, so we can't just buy a plane ticket to
What?
Jerusalem or Egypt or Israel.
I know that or whatever.
So
but
I can't take
again,
you, but if I could, I would. Because there
again,
is.
for me, it's like, oh, there's fucking toenail clippings. So
No,
I mean, I want to see DNA fucking paperwork. Then
I would agree. I would
DNA
agree.
fucking-
If I see a nail, I would. I would agree. But there is
You know what?
undeniable proof,
I'll
though.
cut my nails for you. I'll cut my nails for you. There you go. Jesus fucking toenails. God be praised. You know what the fuck? Like, come on.
Oh, I'm so hot here. I know what you mean, but I can, like I said, if I could, I would take you and personally show you the proof.
No,
But
they'll
there,
probably kill me.
they'll probably kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back to this real quick. The case arrests we're growing belief across the nation in various forms of the cult. I'm trying to read. Okay, this is essentially defense of being offered here for Mr. Johnson, a compact, muscular youth with wispy blonde hair. He has no prior criminal record, and it appears that the only witness to the slaying are his two younger sisters and his 26-year-old girlfriend. So now that see, there's only 3 people that witnessed, not 4.
And then there you go. That's why I don't trust shit anymore. Dude.
Well, this is why I looked and I opened, and this is the actual newspaper of when it came out.
I'm not denying that you looked or anything like that, but I'm just saying.
Oh no, yeah. There's
deny pretty much literally almost the entire case because everybody said something fucking different. And
well, what I read first was
and personally for me, it feels like these people are fucking hiding a bunch of fucking information.
They only gave a little bit of information. It plainly said it. So in the newspaper, it plainly says as a title, "Little evidence made public."
Yeah, so
there's more to this article. I was going to continue, but
yeah, so pretty much. I mean, wait, that guy went to jail, I think, correct?
Johnson, yeah, he went. He was supposed to serve 10 to 20 years, but he only served 5 because of good behavior. But this is what I'm saying, though. If there was not hard enough proof evidence, even if good behavior, he would not have been let go. Because there's a lot of people that have probably been under good behavior who have murdered and have not been let go.
Well, I mean,
in what we know.
It depends on the verdict, because sometimes they will give you, like, I don't know, maybe 10
a
to
bail
20
bond
years, with a chance of parole and shit like that.
Well, exactly, with a chance of parole, but this guy had no chance of parole. Back then, a murder, you did not have a chance to have a parole.
I gotta see the court documents.
I wish I could find court documents. I actually looked for legit court documents. The only closest thing I could find is to this New York Times paper. Let me see if I could real quick.
I mean, what state did this take place on?
In Connecticut.
Fuck that quarter town. God damn it.
Court documents. Brookfield, Connecticut is the place. Skip this. From state prison 1 month early after serving almost 5 years as a model prisoner, authority said. 24, whose story was made into a television movie, married and received a high school degree in prison. He was released on parole Friday. The state's chief of parole said Johnson had been an exemplary inmate since his February 17, 1981 arrest for fatally stabbing 40 a day earlier. Prosecutor says the two had been drinking. Okay, now here we go. Here's another one that says They both were drinking and began arguing before the stabbing. Johnson,
Okay,
and
so
this is
close. No demonic possession there whatsoever, man.
okay.
Be drunk.
Yeah,
Wanna
this
go
this
away and
other
you
one.
stab a bitch.
Prosecutor says the two had been drinking and began arguing before the stabbing. Johnson served almost 5 years of a 10 to 20 year sentence for his November 1981 conviction on a reduced charge of first-degree manslaughter. He was scheduled for parole on February 26, but what was released, he did have, and was early released because of his good behavior, authorities said. In pre-trial hearing, Johnson claimed he had become possessed by demons after challenging the devil to leave a 12-year-old boy and enter him during an exorcism. He said he killed Bono while under the devil's spell. A Superior Court judge refused to allow Johnson's defense of innocent.
So stupid.
Innocent
like,
by
oh,
demonic
yeah.
possession. So he was refused innocence.
I had the devil's nectar in my body, and that coast made a stab a guy. Fuck off, bro. Get this shit out of here. Fucking stupid.
See, I want actual court document though. I want to see if there is.
Like, I mean, I did see a website. I mean, it didn't have much court documents. It did have the illustrations of the court.
What did it say?
To be honest, I had little to no information, but it had a lot of pictures.
Really?
Yeah, let's see if I can find it real quick.
Okay, Phil.
Like actual drawings from the court.
Oh, okay. Feldman said Johnson was released under a program in which he remains under state supervision until 1991. A tree surgeon before his arrest had been offered a job, but he would not say from whom, nor would he say where Johnson would live. Friends, however, said Johnson would live in Brookfield with the parents of Deborah, who he married in January 1984 at the prison. Yatzel's brother David was a child on whom the exorcism was performed. She worked at Bono's Brookfield kennel. Is unlisted, and efforts to search Johnson was unsuccessful. However, Anne-Marie Warren of Monroe, demonologist who worked on the case, had attended the exorcism and said Wednesday that Johnson and his wife were very happy. Arnie ready to work for a landscaper in town, and he's coming home to live in a very good family.
I sent you the link on the Discord.
Okay, let's look at that link. Oh, I looked at this, but as soon as I saw that picture, I left.
What?
See? Okay, here we go. Now it says, did you read the beginning? Arnie Johnson, 19, stabbed Alan Bono, who was 40, more than 20 times with a pocket knife on February 16, 1981. But before it was always saying it was only 5. And so this has not seen a murder, has seen its first in 193-year history. Wow. But that was nothing compared to the shock of Johnson's intended defense. Guilty by untitled reason of demonic possession. Oof. See, 42 demons. Arnie challenged the demon tenter's body instead. Not long afterwards, who had no prior criminal, stabbed Bono to death. Cited 2 British court cases that had permitted a defense based on possession of demons. So there has been, so like I said, Arnie's is the first case ever in the United States for demon. Yeah. But there had been already 2 cases had permitted a defense based on possession by demons in British.
Yeah, but the judge refused.
But Judge Robert Conn refused to tactics starting such assertions cannot be scientifically or objectively proven by evidence. Hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on. Manila argued self-defense instead. Okay, now they're saying something else. So now they're saying Manila argued self-defense instead of what they originally said.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They could not prove a demonic possession as actual scientific proof.
Well, back then.
I mean, yeah, even now. I mean,
No,
right now
I'm
they
pretty
could
sure
send you
now
to
they
the fucking
can.
nut house. No,
Well, if
exactly,
there's
yeah.
proof, they're gonna send you to nut house. But you can show
Bro,
scientific
it,
proof and
no,
objective proof.
trust me. If that were ever to fucking happen now, that would make fucking international news, dude.
It has.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, there has. Have you not? Well, some have.
No, because that would make international fucking news because actual proof, actual scientific proof of demonic possession.
Yeah.
No, there has never been. You got a fucking
There's.
CAT scan the motherfucker's head at the time he's fucking possessed.
I mean, if they can't stand still, it's kind of hard to.
Exactly. So they can't prove it.
What does a CAT scan gonna prove though?
Because pretty much you see the activities of the brain. What's happening? What's his train of thought? If it's something abnormal, or is it something normal? And you can actually follow and continue the path from there.
Well, nowadays you can actually prove that.
You can't do it because apparently
you can.
these guys fucking move sporadically and do crazy shit or whatever. That you have
These
to
aren't real
stay completely
corpus.
still. You
Well,
have to be completely still when doing a CAT scan. You can't be fucking
yes and
moving. One
no.
little slight. No. You have to be completely still because slight movements could fuck up the reading.
huh?
Of the CAT scan. Slight movements could fuck up the reading of the CAT scan. That's what I tell you.
No,
lay on
but
your
there
back,
is a way
walk
to when the possession is happening. There are points where the person is not moving. It's right before it gets worse.
Yeah, but you have you seen a CAT scan and like how that shit moves? That shit moves slow as fuck. Like search up a video of a CAT scan in motion. That thing, it takes a while for it to analyze everything. I mean, it's good piece of technology, but it's pretty slow.
Alright.
I think the second one will be better.
This one?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
I
Oh
can see it.
shit! I'm gonna pause that sound. You don't need
Yeah,
that
cover
sound.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
now just fast forward it until they put that lady inside the thing.
Okay, she's
See what I
still.
mean? It's you have to stay still while they fucking analyze the fucking brain and they fucking talk to each other. Okay, this is normal, this is abnormal. You know, this is a weird fucking tumor, blah blah blah, whatever. You know, there's a fucking crayon stuck up in there, whatever. You know, it takes time. It's not like an in and out process. Bada bing, bada boom.
No,
listo.
but they
It
did
takes
do.
time.
Okay, so there was a case where somebody did do. Again, back in the day, the technology wasn't as great as now. But somebody did do a CAT scan of somebody being possessed. Because the family thought that she had something wrong with her brain, but it wasn't. It was an actual possession, and they actually did a CAT scan and everything.
I gotta see that.
I gotta find it. I don't remember where. It's that I saw a while back. Shoot.
Put CAT scan of demonic possession. Maybe it'll show up.
Maybe. Demonic population. What the fuck?
Oh, possession? No, what the hell?
What the hell? When somebody fucking population? What? Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. What the fuck? See, this thing kept popping up now. Oh, CT post. That's why. Resting stated chart. cartography in initial phase of spiritual possession. A case report. Initial phase of spiritual possession. Let me see if I can zoom this in a bit. Okay. Resonance in young woman in the first phase of spiritual possession induced by an exorcism is present. Okay, that's the objective. Background. She began her suffering 11 years ago with personality dissociation, characterized with sacred object and image and psychometer. Loss of consciousness with manifestation, spiritual possession, and 5 exorcism without improvement over a period of 10 years.
Yeah, so for me, that wouldn't be possession. That she has had a personality disorder.
No, but to have so a church would not have an exorcism cannot be performed unless they see evidence of what they deem to be possession. Because the fact that if they do,
I mean, they just said it here that they gave her 5 and
without
no
improvement. But here's the thing.
Exactly, without improvement.
Hold on.
It did it and nothing changed.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. She's currently has taken of 10 years laboratory studies, brain scans, and functional whatever. Reveals no evidence of organic or functional disease. Okay, so when somebody does have a personality disorder, it shows in their CAT scan. In any scan that they do of the brain, it shows. Here, it reveals no evidence of organic or functional diseases. All right. The methodology. The patient was initially evaluated by a psychologist, psychiatrist, neurosurgeon, and a GI endoscopist who excluded brain and gastrointestinal disorders with complete medical records, blood test, everything, with informed consent of fMRI was accomplished before and in the beginning of a possession, included by exorcism performed by the Catholic priest. So, the results: cortex, midbrain, brainstem, and cerebellum anatomy were normal on the brain scan and MRI. Tractography performed by diffusion tension imaging was determined before performing the exorcism and a resting state in the initial phase of possession because the patient progressively presented with psychomotor agitation. What the fuck is that? Laughing my ass off. I love hearing you try to pronounce some of these medical words that I have been able to pronounce since I was in early elementary school. Oh, shut up. I don't read enough medical shit. So psychomotor agitation, tractography corresponding to the left brain of the corticospinal tract. No. Okay, long words. Tangled out compared to the right hemispheres. The morphology of the corpus callosum was symmetrical. The resting state presented greater temporal and parietal lobe activity at the cortical level, with subcortical areas with less activity. Long words show no activity other than the minor forces. Restaurant.
Monkey can't read.
What?
Monkey can't read.
Monkey can read, but those are long words. It's because of my mom being in and out of the hospital. I learned how to pronounce a lot of it and learned what it was and got to see a lot of those devices in person. I know what most of these are, but the pronunciation, what I'm seeing to what my brain wants to say, does not work.
No, missing a bit of neurons there, not firing.
Bradycardia and increased respiratory rate were the most important manifestation during possession. The neurovegetative response subsequent to gastric content vomiting occurred during the recovery state. 30 days after the exorcism, the patient had 3 spiritual possession. The agent's possessor name is Estin. Okay, I'm not gonna say a word just because I don't know if it's like a bad name or not. So, LOL. So we got to the conclusion. Is the fMRI is the most effective method to measure the cortical and subcortical activations area involved in religious experience and patients possessed. So, in conclusion, there is a fucking way to prove that a person is possessed.
Okay, that's one person out of how many people?
No bullshit. Hey, I just had to. No. I just had to prove you that it has been proven. And I just proved to you that it has been proven.
This is pseudoscience. Once it can be replicated by multiple people in the scientific community, then it's legit. If it cannot be replicated, then it's pseudoscience, dude.
Oh, what is this? Oh,
Show the images.
April 6th. Oh, that was recent. Resting station was done with difficulty because of her movements. Oh.
See, like I said, you can't move. So there you go.
No shit, but no, it's no. No, it was done with difficulty because of her movements. Cortex, midbrain, brain. Hold on. I'm not done. They were actually normal when they were scanning the MRI. They'd done 16 sequences and only 2 of them were difficult to analyze out of all 16. Tractograph 3 sequences before the exorcism were performed. Before exorcism, 3 resting states were done with just 1 available to analyze in the initial phase of possession because the patient progressively presented psychomotor agitation, mainly in her head and neck. So it was able to be proven with the MRI. We said with the MRI. It is not inconcluded. It actually has been proven. It is not inconclusive. Hold on. That was a conclusion. We present resting state fMRI and tractography with tensor diffusion imaging, finding in a possessed young female by an aggressive possessor. The more important background in her medical record is her violent father's presence and influence, where he had participated in domestic violence against his wife since the patient was born. Her father's violence is associated with alcoholism and rapers or consequence more than what? And rappers?
Raper.
Okay, so I did read that the right way. As a consequence, more than 30 years. We also found a religious relationship in this case. 20 years ago, the patient had been initiated into a secret order, which he participated in for approximately a year and a half and swore loyalty and secrecy. In that same secret order, the patient was recognized as a member in her teens by means of baptism. 1 year ago, the first Catholic priest made him renounce that institution by having him consent and sign on a document that was burned along with all the material: clothing, books, uniform, certification, and medals with him that participated. With the teaching of that order, he left alcoholism when she was a kid. This experience unleashed night terrors when she was a child and isolated and aggressive behavior when she was a teenager. Aggressive boyfriends as a father representation unleash altered mental behavior and habit changes. 2 supernatural possessors appeared for the first time when a boyfriend was aggressive with her. They appeared to have taken control of her mind without organic, infectious, traumatic, degenerative, or metabolic diseases.
Oh God! So there we go again. Fucking bad experiences,
Yeah.
bad upbringing.
Well, it
Here we
sounds
go.
like it
Fucking
does sound.
possession.
Hold on, It does sound though that the dad was in like some sort of cult, which also could bring a possession.
Man, all cults are fucking bullshit. Man, all the motherfuckers are on drugs. No, but I'm saying like, and prior to that, it looks like her dad was a fucking like sexually abused her and fucking doing drugs and shit.
No, the
No
dad.
wonder that poor, no wonder the poor girl's so fucked up in the head.
The dad was also domestic violence against his wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She grew up in a shitty ass household. No wonder she got fucking problems in the head, man.
Well,
The damn
that-
demonic possession.
They said spiritual, no, not demonic. And on top of that, hold on.
They just feel like that because they don't
Whoa,
want to
listen. A possession also can occur when somebody is vulnerable, and it looks like it started when it first appeared when she had an aggressive boyfriend that was really aggressive to her. But in this case, they're calling a spiritual. So they're okay. So here's the thing: you don't want to conduct an actual exorcism on anybody that is not actually possessed, because it actually does open doors to a possession. An exorcism opens a door for the demon to leave. Once that demon leaves, you gotta close the exorcism. But if somebody conducts an exorcism on somebody that is not possessed, it causes that door to stay open and a possession does occur. But what this sounds like is that they did do an exorcism, 5 to be exact, and on the first 2, they only noticed 2 possessions. So what I'm thinking is she did not have anything wrong until they conducted the exorcism, when they allowed that presence to come in. Like you said, she was in a bad mental state from when she was very young. Her dad was what it looks like in an occult from a very put her in an occult in her teen years. So she could have had an attachment. So before you get an actual possession, there are stages to a possession. You have manifestation, oppression, attachment, and then you got the possession. I don't know the actual order of it, but there's different orders to it before you actually get the initial
All right,
possession.
So even if they did the 5 things, by your logic conclusion of opening a door and shit, at the end of it, she wouldn't be possessed because counted. Number 1, she wasn't possessed. Number 2, she is possessed. Number 3, she's not possessed. Number 4, she's possessed. And number 5, she's not possessed. And at the end of the day, she wasn't possessed.
So is that what you? Is that how you? I mean,
you're saying open fucking.
Hold
open
on.
And then do the exorcist. Get that fucking motherfucker out of there. Close the door.
What I'm trying to read here is.
No, I'm just saying. So
what you're trying?
Saying.
Yeah. No. What I'm. No. It is in most cases, but what I'm trying to say is that they found they could. What I'm saying is basically they could have opened it, let them in, and then they exorcised it, and that does cause even more mental problems. That can leave somebody with mental problems.
Okay, for me that would, but not for the reason of actual demons going into.
No, obviously no, because doing an exorcism is a lot of work on the body. So, for example, she wasn't possessed, but they did 5 exorcism. The first 2, they show that there's presence. There's apparently just one agent, Alito, and the second was Easton Caster, whatever. They persisted with the second Catholic priest that participants in our project. And so what it looks like is that they insisted on doing more after the initial 2, which could have caused the body to tire out, to the point of where it became a mental issue now. It's not no more demonic possession, because if they did 5, she's cleansed. But it's such a strain on the body that it basically causes a lot of mental issues. Besides the fact that she was already mentally disturbed, being that apparently she was being raped, seeing the father with alcoholism, and violence, and not only seeing that, the dad was having domestic violence against the wife. You know what I mean? So what I'm thinking is that's what happened. Is she did have the possession, so she went through the stages of what could have been a possession, and then just forcing the rest of the exorcism on her just damaged her mentally.
Actually, if you read more down, it says right here, this case is not a demon. Lucifer, Belbezes,
Yeah, I was reading
Leviathan,
that.
ancient powers,
We
the-
don't imagine how to hold the body of a possessed when they control energy, gravity, life, or matter.
It looks like she had like something already wrong with her
Yes,
mentally wise.
that's
as
what I was
well.
saying.
But like an actual like injury and everything.
Well,
So-
dude, the chick was going through so much. That's what I'm saying. She
yeah,
was going
yeah.
through so much as a kid that she already had an actual mental problem. She was actually already with a mental disorder. She was going through that already physically.
Well, physically and mentally, because that
Yeah.
takes a toll mentally.
Yeah, and
shit,
so
right.
doing
So-
that exorcism on top of all that, that makes it worse. And here, what you were reading, if you keep reading, it says, we don't imagine how to hold the body of a possessed when they control energy, gravity, life, or matter. There is serious risk of injuries for the medical team and for patients. Patients' risk could be present because they can have bronchial aspiration and wounds in a small space within a scanner equipment.
Okay.
So
basically, okay. So going back to where this all started,
was
you wanted proof that if this demonic possession
can it be proven?
as a scientific way in the court of law, and it says right there that it cannot.
No. It can and it can is what it's saying. It can't.
They can't imagine doing something with a possessed person because
Being
with
held
all this
down.
shit and exactly because they fucking tend to move
Because
shit
there's a
done.
serious risk. That's what I'm saying,
Exactly.
though. So there is a way to do it, but they can't do it. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why it can never be proven in a court of law because it will never be done. That's what I'm trying to say.
hold on. I'm trying to read this.
And at the end of the
Intravenous
day, it
sedative.
cannot.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh. We continue. We continue from that line, sir. It says, fuck, I lost my place. So it says patient's
Oh, wait,
risk could be present. No, hold on. Let me read. Let me. So patient risk could be present because they can have bronchial aspiration and wounds in a small space within a scanner equipment. Next line. Intravenous sedatives with the assistance of an anesthesiologist could be a solution for future works to control psychometer agitations. So it can be proven if we were to try and take a more sedative solution to it. But
No,
it can
but
at the
also-
moment.
All right, then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. In this point in time, it won't be able. And also, before this case is not a demon, you read that says, with this technology, it is impossible
Wait,
to
where?
perform.
Okay,
The
yeah,
one
it
after
says right
before.
here. Yeah,
With
it
this
says right here.
technology, it is impossible to perform and explain
Perform
the fucking things of the brain.
Paradigm and explain where the brain's area is related with a supernatural agent's power that controls energy, matter, time, precognition, retrocognition, data, gravity, and biology. Okay,
Exactly. So
but-
in this point in
okay.
time, like I said, nowadays.
no,
you
that was in
cannot-
2017.
Dude, it's fucking,
That was
fucking
5
couple
years ago.
ago.
Five.
You think you're gonna have the fucking technology after dealing with a goddamn pandemic?
We have self-driving cars, bitch.
It's only fucking nothing. The
Oh.
self-driving cars have fucking exploded. Don't tell
Uh,
me you're gonna rely on something like that.
okay, hold on. Okay, it says in a survey of 16 participants of this project, so it wasn't just one; it was 16. 100% have higher fear organized crime in Mexico than of a demon.
See, there you go. There's 16 people, but only one was very fucked up. The rest are fine.
The rest are all have a higher fear of organized crime in Mexico than of a demon. Damn, son.
I would be part of that 16 because I've seen some weird shit Mexico do with their they do, and they don't fuck around, bro.
Oh man, I did not expect to conclude with that part. This project is the first approach. Oh, and it was also the first approach in brain areas and spirit possession, virtual reality with the image of sacred objects. Prove an alternative for the. Oh, that's another thing. Now, as VR gets better, they can actually prove this without using an MRI because they can scan the activity of the brain using a VR by giving them like imagery and response of the image. That can be done. It has been done not for possessions or anything like that, but it has been done for other studies where they use imagery to activate the brain, almost like an MRI. It has been proven.
Well, I mean, it's not with just VR. They fucking done that with television. What do you think fucking weird ass fucking mind control?
Well, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
What the head's been doing over the years. Like,
well,
fucking,
that's what I'm
watch
saying.
something over and over again. It's
That's
don't have to be VR specifically.
So that's what I'm saying. Though over time, there is a way to do it. So that's what I'm saying. There is a way to do it, but at the same time, there isn't. So the debate is still there because of the fact that we don't have the technology.
But that's what I'm saying. You say in today, if today of all days, and this point in time, in the present, right the fuck now, it cannot be proven in a court of law or demonic possession.
I will. We at the end of the day, in all this, for now, yes, it cannot be proven. That in conclusion to all this, yes, I will agree that at this day and age, we do not have a sufficient technology to prove it. It does happen and it is out there, but we do not have in conclusion enough evidence, technology to have evidence of actual demonic possession. It has happened. You've witnessed it personally. I never have, and I personally don't ever want to. It is scary.
I did not witness a demonic possession.
No, just a regular possession, which is still something pretty scary if you think about it. I'm not gonna lie. It could be scary. Okay.
I mean, if you know they're not doing any pacho.
Well, yeah, like but you never know. You never know. All right, so in conclusion to all this, we concluded that no, it cannot be currently proven with the technology, even though it has been attempted in a regular possession. Now, and being the fact that, it has been proven that in a demonic possession, there's a lot of movement. And I'm pretty sure I can find videos of an actual demonic possession right now. If I really wanted to, which I really don't, and I don't think any of us want to hear that right now, because nightmares, because again, I believe in this shit a lot. So so yeah, that's the conclusion for this is that no, it can't be currently proven because of the technology, even though it does happen out there. Now, my next question is, my other question now is, would you ever play with a Ouija board? That is my question to you. Like, I think hard on that.
No, half of me would and half of me wouldn't.
Okay, why? Tell me both sides. Half why and half why not.
I mean, the half that wouldn't is just like some form of superstition with me as well. Because again, even though I'm not religious or anything like that, I was born into the faith, and there's some weird.
You don't have to be
thing that's
religious to believe
still-
in it. That's the other thing. You don't have to be religious to
No,
believe
no,
in it.
no. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, but I mean, like, I have this like things already embedded in me and shit like that. That
Wait,
things I
what?
obviously don't want to fucking try and shit. But like the other part of me kind of does because I feel like it's actually bullshit.
Okay, which
I
part
don't
is strong?
know.
All right, for all my people out there that's gonna watch this video, either tell me right now if you're watching this live or comment down below. Would you ever want to play with a Ouija board? Or if you have, go ahead and tell me your story in the comments or on Twitter or Instagram, wherever you guys. Just let me know if you have. So now I'm asking my brother, why are you so curious? Why do you call it bullshit?
It's because I mean, you can't really tell if somebody's actually moving or not. You know?
Uh-huh. What?
Like,
But
is it an actual demon or a spirit or something moving it, or is somebody actually just bullshitting?
okay.
You know? Because I mean, to be honest, I mean, I've only seen a Ouija board stuff in movies and TV shows.
I've only ever
mean,
seen the
that-
movies and TV shows. But I have talked to people that have used it. Some have said yes. Some have said no. Bullshit. That's why I ask
So-
you, why do you say bullshit? Because I've had talked to people. I don't know any personally that's been possessed or anything, but I've had some people tell me, oh yeah, we had something. They would never tell me the story. They'd say, yeah, we had something. Or there's other people that say, no, they didn't have anything. But then there's also the scientific proof that your brain makes you, if you're in the state of mind that you're holding the Ouija board down with your hand, your finger, you got your finger and you're like, oh shit, something's gonna move it, something's gonna happen. Your brain physically, unconsciously starts moving it for you.
Yeah,
So how
exactly,
would you
that-
know that it's actually a spirit?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. You'll have to actually
Witness it, right?
Again, I want to see somebody actually play with it. While again, they have to some way scan their brain waves or something, or see
There's
what's going on
no,
in their head.
even if we
making
scan our
sure that-
brainwave, it's a subconscious thing. It's gonna happen no,
no,
matter what.
either way, you're still moving it. You're subconscious, but there's gonna be the nervous system pulsing through it right there, moving it for you, because you don't just move without something happening. There's always a causation to moving.
Yeah,
Like
that is
twitch
true.
and something like sometimes some people will actually just twitch at random. They don't notice it, but they twitch.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's something like that.
Okay. Okay, I see where you're going at. So yeah, we would have to personally try it out to see if it occurs or not, because there's a lot of things that can go with it. My friend says, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That was bad. My friend Tosh says, I have been taught not to play with them. So why
Yeah,
were you hold on? Yeah, so my question to you, Tasha, is why were you taught not to play with them? Like, or anybody else, if you were taught not to play with them, why? Why were you not taught to play with them?
I mean, that's pretty fucking obvious because again, it's associated with demons.
Yeah, but it's a toy you could easily buy at Toys R Us, my dude.
I don't think they.
Well, they don't sell at Toys R Us anymore. But no, yes, you
I
could.
don't know, I mean, ever.
No, they did. You could actually go to Toys R Us
no
and buy.
way.
Yes, you could.
Show me the car fact.
You want to show you the car fact?
Yeah, show me the
Okay.
car fact.
Okay, hold on.
Fucking Ouija board a fucking no way.
Yes. I'm gonna look it up right now. You have to be 8 to summon demons and have to be 21 to drink. No clue. Mom just always taught us not to. I knew it. Yeah. I was gonna say that too. Oh, hold on. Toys R Us pages gone. Sorry, for technical reason, your request cannot be handled properly. Because there's no Toys R Us. Okay.
No, but just alone them having the URL, right?
Yeah, they have the URL right there. I told you.
So,
Should Ouija boards be sold at Toys R Us? Hold on. Faith-filled website. Hold on. Oh shit, I gotta make sure. Okay, yeah, this sounds good. This beat sounds good. Holy shit. Great minds think alike, bud. Hell yeah. I was actually just thinking about that too. You gotta be 8 to summon demons, but you gotta be 21 to drink. Come on. Toys R Us are selling Ouija board games, much to the protest of some parents. Some believe it is a danger to the children playing with the supernatural elements they're too young to understand. Others claim that there is no harm to it and only a fun experience to get spooked by idiometer effect. Today, we look at the pros and cons of Toys R Us making Ouija boards accessible to children and if it's even a good idea. Well, as we all know, in this day and age, Toys R Us does not exist anymore. So,
actually, they made a comeback.
Huh?
They made a comeback.
They did? Oh my god, that's my childhood. If they did, I'm going to Toys R Us, bitch. I am going back to Toys R Us as soon as they start making a comeback. But yeah.
Actually, it was, I think a year or two after they put it closed, they came back. A
Oh,
limited
really?
quantity.
No
Yeah.
way.
That's what as far as I remember.
Oh, really? Okay, so before the Ouija board, there was mention of spirit writing in ancient Chinese, Indian, Greek, Roman civilization. There was the claim that necromancers could get the spirits to write and communicate with the living. However, the Ouija board was okay. America! Ouija boards were actually invented in the United States after the Civil War. Mediums earned money by giving survivors the chance to talk to those who had died in the war at the time. There were early forms of the Ouija board, but it wasn't until 1890 that the Ouija board we know today was created in Baltimore, Maryland.
So there you go.
It's America!
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's no hard.
It had to be both.
Well, okay. Here, you're gonna like this part. There is no hard evidence if a Ouija board can truly contact the dead. Let me make sure this is not copyright music, because it sounds good, but gotta stick to it. Yeah, gotta stick to it, Yeah, we're good. Okay. We're good. Let me just here you go. Hold on. Take this here. This guy, there's some pretty good beats to it. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, my friend Tasha says Ouija boards killed the Toys R Us. No, it wasn't just the Ouija boards. Skeptics believe that what people really experience is called ideomotor response, see, this is where I'm talking about. I'm not skeptic about this because I would not fuck with this, period, because I watched way too much movies, and I like I said, I believe in the paranormal, but I believe in the paranormal so much that I would not fuck with this.
So do I, but there has to be a certain extent
No,
you have to see which is actual paranormal fact.
Okay. You know what my brain Okay, or in instance when people think they're not moving, but they really are, regardless of its effectiveness in contacting dead. Religious organizations strongly against it. It was a symbol of divination and witchcraft, and it is regarded as a satanic device used to contact demons, not just souls of the departed. Okay, with that said,
Again, so yeah, it's basically religion putting this thing in everybody's head. The
yes.
same thing they fucking did like a whole fucking crusade against Pokemon.
Oh, dude, don't remind me of that. Oh, I'm so pissed off about that.
Exactly. So again, you gotta take religious zealots' words with like the biggest grain of fucking salt.
Oh, dude, yeah, I fucking so pissed off at that. That they did that. By the way, guys, are you able to hear my brother just fine? We just did this, and I completely forgot to ask if you can actually hear him.
It's funny they couldn't.
I know. It's like
you're talking to yourself for like 2 hours straight.
No, 3 hours straight, and I'm just talking to myself like, I look like a maniac. In reality, I'm talking to you this whole time. Yeah, the audio sounds are all fine. All right.
You cannot kill my hopes there a little bit, because that would have been really fucking funny. I would have loved it.
No, what do you mean? I would have hated it. I just spent all this time discussing this with you, and like they couldn't hear anything. I would have been like, no. I would have dragged you into another one of these. That would have been hilarious. Huh?
Like, hell you
will. I'll probably drag you into another one because this is fun. I think it was fun.
I'm gonna use the Ouija board to make sure you forget.
No, bitch! Okay, so that brings up to my other thing about, because you explained that you do want to, but at the same time you don't want to, right? To use the Ouija board. But that brings me back to that is, I don't and I would never use it, but I would not mind seeing you use it. I'll record. I'll stand back, have the holy water dumped on me, crucifix, everything. You can go ahead and do the.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you could do it with one person. You have to be at least two.
Well, yeah, I never said it was just gonna be you. I just said I'm not gonna be sitting with you. I'm just gonna be recording.
I'm gonna do. Who the fuck am I gonna do it?
We'll find someone, fool.
And my mom's not gonna fucking do it.
She break it over your head and then throw it in the trash right away.
Exactly. So, yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah. It would be a cool experience, but Sam wouldn't actually touch it. See? So any of you are willing to experiment this, comment down below. Or if you're watching this live right now, go ahead and let me know if you're willing to experiment. I will get this group together and we will experiment. I'll stay 10 feet away. Barrier, sage, everything. Just to be safe. While my brother and whoever else wants to experiment can experiment. Yeah. I think that worked perfect. See, you know what me and you remind me of? It's totally out of content, but I will get the crystals. Yeah, there you go. Tasha will get the crystals to catch all the bad energies too. But BuzzFeed, you've seen the guys. Remember, you were telling me about it, even though I already seen them. The guys from BuzzFeed. Me and you, I every time I see them, I imagine just me and you doing something like that. We should try doing something like that because it's hilarious. But here's the difference though. I believe you're a half skeptic.
Well, I mean, I'm skeptic to the point where I want to find out what's actually bullshit and what's actually true.
Exactly.
I've seen truth with my own eyes. I believe in it, but there's a lot of things out there
that is bullshit.
I'm like, exactly, that are like, nah, fam, get that shit out of my fucking face.
Exactly. So that's my point. Protection rocks to the rescue. Yeah, crystal rocks to the protection. But that's where my point comes in, is that I'm a full believer that this shit exists and this shit's out there. You know, you're the half skeptic where you want proof. Like, I know that there's some things that are complete bullshit and are bullshit because I've gone to paranormal investigation and we've had actual experience, you know, and so I've done it already. But there's still a part of me that it's like, it has to be, some things have to be bullshit because it's like too good to believe that it's actually there. But again, I'm also the very religious type of person. And by the way, recent follow, Pro Killer 321, thank you for that follow. I know I'm late to that because I didn't get no notification, which kind of sucks. I gotta fix my notifications. I swear I have all my notifications up, but I didn't get none of them. But yeah, dude, I'm the type that I believe it. I 100% believe it. But at the same time, it's like I want to see it personally. I've done it and I've seen some of it, but I want full out experience. You know what I mean? Like you said, you've experienced a possession. I'd be terrified to experience. Yeah, the real experiences are awesome, but some just seem too real to be true. Exactly. Like Natasha said, some of them are way too real that it's like, I want to believe, my dude. I want to believe.
You know that just for like you saying some shit, it comes to mind. There's a whole bunch of these, right? That
Yeah.
pretty much sometimes like, oh, we hear like footsteps upstairs and everything, and they stay overnight.
Yeah.
Correct?
Well,
Okay.
it depends on if there's anybody living there. If it's a full out haunted.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like most of the time they're alone, quote unquote.
Yeah, yeah.
With a bit of camera crew and shit. Why not actually put fucking like white flour all over the fucking floor and wake up next morning and find fucking footprints? That means
Because,
some hard ass
well,
evidence.
hold on. But now here's the thing. If they are ghosts and they don't leave footprints, unless it's like a demonic or something that do leave footprints, you hear it, you have the powder. So you hear it, you have the powder, but you don't get the footprints. So like, let's say I have a camera upstairs where the footprints
that
are.
would be inconclusive then. That wouldn't be.
That's what I'm saying though. How can you, like, you can show them, you can have audio, you can have a camera up there pointing at the powder. If it's a ghost, are you gonna see the footsteps? Are you not gonna see the footsteps? If it's demonic, are you gonna see the footsteps? I mean, unless
Yeah,
you
but
powder like the walls and everything, this could be the fucking grudge for all we know, and it's climbing on the fucking wall here, you know?
No, because pretty much you hear footsteps and it's coming from the ceiling. That means they're walking on the floor.
What if there is no second floor, and you're hearing, and there's no no attic, no second floor, but you hear footsteps on top?
Fucking raccoons.
How? I mean, if there's no trees around for the raccoons to get up on the roof.
Are you seeing fucking raccoons climb up a fucking building, bro?
No, I haven't. I can't say I have.
I gotta find one. I'm pretty sure I saw there was a news. The fucking raccoons started climbing a fucking a skyscraper or some shit.
Like fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't remember 100%. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I saw that shit. And it was on the news. It was funny though.
Yeah.
But those motherfuckers they climb.
That okay? Well, maybe then. Tasha says, just remember the whole thing when I was at Gettysburg for my school trip. Oh yeah.
Oh, that would have been so cool to go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, she actually got to go to the Gettysburg and investigate. That trip and the ghost tour was the best thing in my life, she says. So she actually got to go and investigate Gettysburg too. That is something I would love to do, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to take, yo, fucking, we should plan this. Cause you can go and take a ghost tour. Huh?
Gotta buy the equipment and all that shit, and that shit's pretty expensive.
No, not really.
You seen some of that shit?
Well, I already have the camera. Well, it's not night vision camera, but
exactly. And then
Ghost
you need the
Tour was
infrared.
the only group that used the
Then you need
2K.
the spirit box and there's other shit.
There's a $10 app on the phone you can use for the spirit box.
Fucking-
I knew you were gonna laugh
No.
about it, but it actually
No.
works. It's legit. It is legit. I swear it's legit.
Oh,
Ghost
fuck no.
investigators, a lot of ghost investigators actually use it. It's legit. I'm not kidding. It's legit.
Quote investigators.
No,
yeah.
okay. Did we ever talk about Ghost Adventures?
I mean,
'Cause-
well, maybe the first time we ever do something live together. So
Okay, so we're gonna talk about this real quick. You remember Carly, the one friend of ours? You remember her? That she was a
Yeah.
huge fan, and I was a huge fan. And when I got you into it, and you started becoming a fan, you remember?
Yeah, but now I'm pretty skeptical about what they do now.
Yeah, but back then you were actually believing them.
Well, yeah, I was a fucking dumbass kid skipping school too. You know.
I skipped more than
So-
you. I have never seen you skip. Seriously, I've skipped more than you though. That's for sure.
No,
Yes, I have
That's-
skipped school a lot more than you.
nah, son.
Dude, you were a
God.
nice boy. I think you started skipping at like 12th grade, 11th grade. That's when you started skipping. I was skipping since freaking middle school.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the middle school I had to, I couldn't fucking get away with it.
We went to the same middle school. We went to Shenandoah, remember?
Yeah, but I mean, like actual skipping, like getting out of the actual school,
Yes,
not hanging in
yes.
the fucking bathroom.
No, I actually got out of school. It was hard, but I got out of middle school.
I just skipped in the fucking bathroom. Every single time I try to go out, there was security right fucking there. I'm like, nah.
I always got away from the security. I don't know how, but I always got away. Tasha says Ghost Tour and was the only group that used a K2 meter. So by the way, a K2 meter we can get for cheap. Like it's
You get a lot of shit for cheap, but are they actually
No,
good
it's- yeah.
and worth the money?
yeah, oh yeah.
So I hate buying cheap shit, bro.
No,
Right.
if you look at Amazon, a K2 meter, Amazon recommend. I bought Amazon recommended stuff and it was good. Like this thing, the mic arm. It was an Amazon recommendation and I bought it and it was like $16 and it originally was like $30. So it was super cheap. Can we please fucking plan a ghost hunting trip? Ah! Exclamation. So Tasha says, can we plan a ghost hunting trip? Tasha, if you
Yeah.
haven't been paying attention, I think we have been planning one already to Gettysburg.
Oh,
First-
anywhere really.
Huh?
Anywhere.
Well, dude, if I get you to come up here, there's 3 locations. It's Anoka, I think it's Anoka Insane Asylum. Because I want to investigate an insane asylum. Because I'm insane. And then the town where I live in, Faribault, there's something called Walcox Mills. That's the investigation I did here in Minnesota. The first time ever. And I got some actual evidence, my dude. It was cool. And it wasn't... So I was using a K2 meter. And did I tell you this ever? That I went investigating and it was super cool. There's a cross where I went to investigate. It used to be an old memorial hospital, and in the area where the cross is and behind the cross is buried unmarked graves of kids. Because the doctor, we actually talked to a janitor that used to work there, and doctors would rape the patients, and if the kid came out mentally disordered, like with mental problems, they would abort or murder the kid, or if the kid was born with mental issues would not last long enough, and if they were boys they would be put to work at the mill, and if they were girls they were born to maid and stuff like that, and then forced to give birth to children. And so that whole area is marked with unmarked children. At least that's the story we were told. You know, I haven't found full story. I actually want to go talk to a historian from Faribault that studied, and I want to get information. Tasha goes, dude, we have been fucking trying to plan shit since we started the damn school. Yeah, we've been planning for a good year now almost. Just show the documents of all our locations we found. Yeah. I have to show him later. I don't have the document right now. Unless you send the email right now and I can pop it up and everybody can watch it live. So we were investigating and I was holding so I was holding the K2 meter and the camera and I was recording and we tested this. Okay. So we legit tested, there's no button on the K2. Just an on and off switch, you know, like a little regular toy. And, I was filming and I tested the K2 meter. I put it next to the camera. It didn't go off. I put it next to the phone because somebody had the phone out. Didn't go off. I put it next to the flashlight. It didn't go off at all. It wasn't going off. It was just green. So the K2 meter, when there's an electrical magnetic, you know, when there's an interruption anywhere around it, it'll go off. And we were talking. I wish I could find the video, but I can't, and I'm pissed off. But we were talking and the guy was with me. He goes, oh, is there any children here that wants to talk to us? Come to this green light and it'll show different colors. And at first, nothing. And then we're like, oh, don't be afraid. You can come and say hi. High five the little thing and it'll go green all the way to red. It'll flash red and it looked really cool. And dude, not even a minute after he said that, I felt something really cold just rushed up at me, like somebody gave my hand a high five, but it was cold. And the whole meter just lit up red. I was like, oh, like I was trying to keep the camera on it, like, dude, is this real? Did this just really happen? And I was moving it around because I was, no, this didn't happen. So I was moving the K2 meter, making sure, you know, it wasn't like the camera activating or anything. And then we're like, oh, that's so cool. If you like the light up, go ahead and say hi to him again. High five his hand. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Don't be scared. And like I got into it. And dude, again, it almost like something slapped my hand. It was a cold gush of wind. And mind you, in Minnesota, it's cold. But when we went, it was summer. It was hot. It was like July. So there's no cold wind here in July. That's actual summer here. If it would have been June, I would have been like, but no, it was like just a cold brush on my hand, and that K2 meter lit up to red, and I was like, oh! So that's one of my ghost experience that I had in ghost hunting. So I want to go back there and investigate, dude. That is something I really want to go back and investigate. So she said she shared the documents again of where we all have. I'll show you real quick. But yeah, dude, so I have had personal experience on with ghosts, so cool. Let me see here. Let me delete these that I don't need.
Yeah, just forward it to my email because I won't be able to see it perfectly good here.
You sure? I can zoom it in.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's good.
No. Hold on, it lagged.
No, bro. There. That's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
Alright, Joe Shanahan, it was a guy that joined, but he's not in there anymore. Well, this was all for school, dude. So we need a tape recorder, which, fuck, I can go to Walmart and buy that for like 30 bucks. Cameras, flashlight, spirit box. Which cameras? I have my vlogging camera. I can mount a little light with it and everything. Fuck, I'm out of water and I got hiccups. Necrophonic is,
your breath.
Huh?
Just breathe in, hold your breath, and then exhale.
So, yeah, it'll go away. So the Necrophonic is the app I was talking about. It's a spirit box app. It's called the Necrophonic. Oh God, it has been so long since we have opened the damn document. Yes, it has been. Tasha, it has been a very long time. So Necrophonic, if it's an app on the phone that is legit, dude. I've seen a lot of people do it and it's legit. Dude, the last edit was made in September of 2020. Almost a year ago. Okay, the locations. So there's a lot of in North Dakota, Moorhead. Most of them are here, but the ones that are closer to us are the Wilcox Mill, the Hell's Tunnel. Okay, so the Hell's Tunnel is a tunnel that is under a prison here close to my house. I am terrified to go in there because I don't know what's in there. Somebody took a picture not that long ago, and they were able to see the other end of it from one end to the other end. But it's called Hell's Tunnel. I don't know why, but it's called Hell's Tunnel for some reason. Calvary Cemetery, I don't know that one, and Tortolet Park, I don't know that one either. West Hills Orphanage is the one where I used to live. I'll have to send you a video on that one, because the West Hills Orphanage is exactly where I used to live. So we have some of these. Most of these are all in Minnesota and North Dakota. And then the long distance Salem, dude, I want to go to the Salem where the Salem witch trials were, in Salem, Massachusetts. I want to go. Now, there is another place I want to go visit that is here in the I think it's here in the United States, that you can go visit and stay. Salem would be so fun. I know Salem would be so fun. So Mike, the one place I want to go to is the Conjuring house. It is a real house, obviously. It's based off the true stories, and I want to go there. I want to go. You can actually investigate and spend the night at the Conjuring house, the real one.
Didn't you say that they like closed it down or whatever, and put the fences and
that's the Warren's house. That's Ed and Lorraine Warren's actual house, where all the possession objects that they got from the Conjuring home and all the other, and like they had a gauntlet thing too from that Arnie. No, and not a gauntlet, a fucking cup. A gauntlet, not a gauntlet.
A chalice.
A chalice, yes. From the David, the story we just came to the conclusion to. So that should be added on here. Wait, don't talk. Okay. The Warrens collect a lot of items that were possessed. Yes, they did. Dude, where's the Palmer house? There it is. Okay, dude. One of the most haunted locations here in Minnesota is called this Palmer House Hotel. Room number 11 and 17, and the basement. The basement, they claim to have seen demon dogs with red glowing eyes. That's stuff if you come up with things you can edit it. Oh, right. Yeah, Conjuring House is gonna be. I'm editing this live, people. Whoops. Conjuring House. Alright. So, dude, we definitely got to go ahead and plan something out, because it's gonna be fun. That stuff, if you come up with things you can edit, I will. Dude, if you're serious about this, we can plan it. Let's do it. It'll be easier for. Hey, and that way you can come to Minnesota before it gets freezing. I'll have to email it to you later. Yeah, I can share it with you. Yes. Okay, Tasha's excited for it too. So yeah, we should plan it, dude. Oh, let's do it. And then if we get enough people, then we'll get that Ouija board for you, bro. We'll do that.
I just need one more person.
Arms flailing, happily excited. Tasha says, "Hey, we'll get you that other person. I got a person.
I got someone too. Actually, nothing about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is he? Your friend from work?
Nah, it's from real life. You know, he's about to have a kid though. So maybe,
you fucker! No, I'm saying 10 feet away. I told you. Sage, holy water, crucifix. I am staying 10 feet away from this. I'll be recording. I'll put the camera down, you know, angle it down for you, angle it right on your face, and then 10 feet away. Nowhere near the location. I want to see if it's real or not, and the only person I actually trust is you, my dude, to tell me that it's real. So, you know, it's all on you.
I mean, to be honest, I think it's complete bullshit.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna get you that other person to test it. We will have all the protection and crystals and watch from far. Yep. Yes, we are. I wish, why isn't none of my links working? Because I was gonna say, if anybody watching this, either YouTube later or now, if you want to support me and help this channel, like my brother just said, I do have a kid on the way, you know, merch. I got merch. Just gotta go to the streamelements.com/deadlandgaming and you'll see my merch store. I think I have to set up the link. Let me see if I can set it up real quick. No, not set it up real quick. Send it real quick. 2 seconds here. Don't do something stupid. But yeah, dude, let's do it. I have one more person. That's what we should do this summer. I don't think he can come up here this summer, and I'll be very busy this summer, so I can't actually do it this summer. We would have to do it next summer.
Yeah, because he has the kid on the way and some other things, and I already set up my vacation to work for like midday get my play and walk.
And walk all right. I got
fucking
it. I know. We should get some stuff together and do some promotional stuff for your merch. I'm actually about to link my merch in the channel. I'm gonna merch it. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I guess I have my own rules to follow here. There it is.
Follow your own damn rules.
I gotta follow my own damn rules. Why? But yeah, for sure, I want to get some promotional stuff for it. I must send my brother some stuff. There's a coffee mug that I did find, but that's in another store that it doesn't. I don't know how to make it work, and I think I have to pay for it every month. So I'm gonna wait on that till I actually get more stuff. But there's a mug that changes color with heat, but I'll wait for that. But I'm gonna get my brother a mouse mat. He's gonna show it off better.
I'm on stream, so what the fuck?
I know. Just take the coffee mug to work and show it off, because I have a coffee mug on there. Yeah, I'm down to help with merch stuff whenever. Just let me know and we can work it off. Yes, if I do buy more stuff, he's the model. I got a model already, and my car is my other model because I got stickers too. I have to buy stickers. I don't know where I have stickers. I don't even know where my stickers are. But yeah, so we're gonna conclude this because it's been long enough. My brother's got to go to bed.
It's fucking 12.
Yeah.
Best way to go to bed after listening some scary shit.
Some scary shit, dude. As long as you're not full, just remember that last time. Don't be full when you go to bed and hear scary shit. That's not even fully scary.
No.
We should get to real scary stuff next time. Let me know, everybody, in the comment below, or if you're watching right now, if you enjoyed this and you want something scarier, I can get with my brother, and I'm pretty sure we can come up with something a lot scarier. I just gotta remind him not to eat and get full before he goes to bed. And not just with my brother, I can do this with any of you guys. To evil laugh. Yeah. So yeah, if anybody wants to do something like this, have any ghost encounters, and you want to tell everybody, I'm up for more podcasts, not podcasts, just little story time like this. It's kind of fun. I enjoyed it. Again, I have overtime.
No, story time.
Oh, story time. Yes, story time. But you know, if you got stories or whatever you want to tell us, more than welcome. We can get on chat like this, you know, tell the world. But yeah, leave a comment down below, and if you like what you like, go ahead and subscribe. And for all those on Twitch or that do follow me on Twitch, we just can get together and talk like this. I'm always down. Yeah, sweet Tasha, we can do that too. You'll be the next
Yeah,
guest.
I just had an idea then.
What?
If we ever do this next year, definitely fucking live stream it, fool.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm definitely want to do it for live stream. Oh yeah. But the thing is, I would need to get an even more expensive camera than the one I already have. Because we would need one with night vision and shit.
Well, yeah, obviously. We still need it either way if we're gonna go do it or not.
Yeah, we do.
So.
So yeah, dude, yeah, we should. Let's do it. I'll save up like a little separate account just for ghost hunting equipment. And do that, because that would be great if we actually get to do this. Like, I want to do this. I'm down. You know me. I'm down to do it. Because live streaming it, then we can be like, yo, this is a real experience, and you know, and by then, hopefully, this whole COVID thing is gonna be gone, so we can actually start staying places. So that's fun. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead. Last little detail. Like I said earlier, probably people forgot, but I am doing a giveaway. Once I reach my goal. I'm pretty sure you can see it up in the little corner over here what goal it is. Once I reach that goal, I'll start some small. I'll put up the goal a little bigger. Once I get to that goal, then I'm gonna be giving out a bigger thing. This is not only to give support to the channel, so because like my brother said, you know, I got a kid on the way, and it's gonna help me a lot, and I love giving everybody laughs. And if you just enjoy it, you know, go ahead and help me out. And what I'm gonna do, that giveaway is gonna help anybody that wants to stream a little better. And it'll go up with depending on my goals. It'll go higher and there'll be better things. So just stick around. Let me know this. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. I'm gonna try and get to do more of this, not every week or often, but I want to make this a sort of like a little add-on to stuff. But again, thank you all for watching, and my brother, thank you for joining me tonight. It was awesome.
Yeah, bro. Anytime.
Fuck yeah. So again, thank you everybody that subscribed. Swag, thank you very much, my dude, for that new follower. He's up there, Pro Killer. Thank you very much for that new follow. Tasha, thank you for joining. Everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. If you want to keep up with more stories or just hang out and chat, my Deadlands Gaming for everything. Twitter is without the S because sadly Twitter doesn't allow too many words. But go ahead and follow me on YouTube. Subscribe if you enjoy. And I will see you guys next time. Alright, brother. You have yourself a good night.
You too, man.
See ya.
Have a good one.